And chat, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today, Mind and Di and I are working on Relic grind. We're almost done with the A Realm Reborn Relic weapons, so we're going to be doing that today. Yeah, I'll bring them on in a sec. Before I bring the stream crew on, I would like to let you guys know I have a new patronage tier on my Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/Loreweaver streams. Links also in the description of the YouTube video and can be found with the _ Patreon command in Twitch chat. It's a $10 tier, lets you pick a game for me to check out in an off-stream video for an hour. I have a vast number of games I haven't tried that I picked up from Humble Bundle and gifts and charity bundles and all sorts of stuff. I have that on Steam. I have a bunch of stuff from PS Plus on PSN, plus a bunch of games that I just haven't had the time to try. I have everything that Epic's put out over the last couple years. I have a wide variety of games that people would want me to play. You can pick one for me to try out. You can also pick something with a demo or get me a game, but, you know, you'd want to pick a cheap indie game for that, because, yeah. So, yeah, go check out my Patreon, even if you don't pick that pledge tier. $1 a month or $1 per stream, or anything in between is great. Every little bit helps me do this and make content for you guys. And yeah. I hope to see some patrons. Let me bring the stream crew on. Beef
Hello.
Boop.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Yeah, pretty good. I was just talking about a sexy man and then you showed up. I'm very disappointed.
Don't worry, I'm right there with you.
Now, Milena is asking about the mount giveaway that they're doing with streams. Dyson knows more about that. It's like you pretty much just have to link your Twitch account to your Square Enix account, and then
no,
or you just watch it and then you get the Twitch rewards. I don't know.
Yeah, you just watch it and you get in your Twitch mailbox.
Twitch inbox,
at the top right, you just get given codes.
Yeah, and then you enter the codes and you get your stuff.
My tags on my Twitch dashboard say that I've had viewer rewards added to me without me actually doing it. So presumably you'll get the code just from watching my stream. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so I suppose that makes sense since we are in the FF14 tag.
Yeah, I didn't know it was for every FF14 stream. I guess it is.
Me neither.
Yeah. Usually it's just for like partnered streams. Like they go out and look for the big FF14 streamers and say, "Hey, we are," and then they like ask them to promote it. So you know.
I figured it might include you when I was watching a really small streamer who only gets like 1 or 2 viewers. Usually does just he's usually just he's doing Ultimate Raid, so he may as well stream at the same time. And yeah, I got an alert saying that I'd get the drops on his stream. So like, okay, I guess
it's everybody.
Yeah.
Sweet.
He was just finishing as I showed up. I was like, if that's the case, then I can just leave the stream running in the background. But no, don't worry, I've already got it.
Well, hey, it's Tomoko Handi. Haven't seen her around for a while.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be bouncing around a bit for the start of the stream, so it's better for me to just be the party leader because I actually have the list of places we're going to go.
Okay. We have to stop by the person to turn in the.
Yes. So we have to turn the quest.
Scroll,
I'm gonna. Yeah. So we're gonna turn the scroll, pick up the next quest. Yeah, we're doing relic weapons today. I have your stream muted most of the time, so I don't know how much you explained in the intro. We're gonna attempt to finish the Realm Reborn Relic weapons, because we only got a few stages left, and all of them involve some weird activities, so we're going to try and finish that on stream today.
Nice.
And step 1 is heading back to Northern Shroud to pick up the next quest.
Cool. Sanctferum, if it works anything like the Path of Exile streams, you can leave it up in a tab in the background, and you'll get the credit.
Just don't mute the actual player, just the tab.
Yeah.
Right, also something funny, like yesterday I like peeked in at Zeminda for the first time since Dawn Trail hit, because I've been playing my main character all this time. And first of all, like, the graphical update actually gave him a glow up, I think. Like, with the old lighting system, like, the light hit his face in a way that gave him, like, really chubby cheeks. It was like, kind of looked like a chipmunk in a lot of cutscenes. It was a little distracting. Now he actually looks pretty good. And also, I realized that they changed Ninja, but they also kind of didn't, because the thing about the changes to Ninja is that you're still pressing the same buttons in the same order for the same reason. You just have an entirely different gauge explaining why you're doing the things that you're doing. It's a little silly. Okay, so we're going to talk to this guy. Relic Weapon Animus Enhancement is the button you want to click.
Soul-glazed relics.
I'm on my way.
On my way. Through my arts, I shall transfer the Sphere Scroll's light energy to your relic. Lend me the object you wish enhanced. I shall see the deed done. Stardust Rod, Animus.
Alright, so I want to see what stats you're going to give this poor Black Mage staff.
Hey, you told me it didn't matter, so...
I know it doesn't, but it's still funny every time. Like, I have a skill, speed, and tenacity pair of daggers. That's what I'm picking up right now. But, like, that's the thing that's just funny about doing old relic weapons, is that the stats do not matter at all.
Yeah. Magnificent! The Sphere Scroll shines as the stars in the heavens. When your relic receives of its power, it will be enhanced like so. Intelligence plus 42, Vitality plus 39, additional bonuses, direct hit rate plus 3, skill speed plus 44, critical hit plus 11, tenacity plus 8, and in red, determination plus 9. I've got tank stats on my Black Mage weapon. Hey, Elkia, how's it going?
Yeah, Milena was just saying that they put skill speed on their White Mage staff.
Yeah, I've got skill speed on mine.
Yeah. So if we were doing this for real, like if we were actually in a Realm Reborn and you were trying to make this your actual, like, this would be your end game staff. This would be like the thing you carry into Heaven's Ward, and so the stats would actually matter. And what you would actually want to do is probably like max out crits and then make the other two like determination and or direct hit.
For a black mage, it's not rare for spell speed to be the dominant.
Oh yeah, spell speed also like happens for black mage because they suck at spell casting. So yeah.
What does determination cover again?
Determination is just general damage increase. Just generally increases the amount of damage you do.
Okay.
At a base level, and so like typically. Crit is always the best stat because crit does two different things. It increases your crit chance and the amount that your crits do, so it stacks with
double
itself.
dips, yeah.
Yeah, and tanks and healers don't naturally get direct hits, so it's common to meld a lot of direct hit onto them. But
so you interrupted me. Like,
okay.
you can explain your tank stats later. So like the best stat is always crit, and then the next second most important stat is always direct hit or determination, depending on math. Basically, like it like you literally need to go to the theory crafters and they'll tell you it's like, well, the math works out so that direct hit is more valuable up to such and such number. Whatever. and then tanks have their own thing that I was about to explain.
He was prompting you to explain that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just basically going to say that that after after either crit or det determination. So after crit or direct hit, determination tends to be the second priority. And when it comes to raid foods, you'll never get both crit and direct hit. So like we will either have direct hit det or crit det food, or occasionally spell speed food, so spell speed det, etc.
Yeah, that's like another factor that goes into the high end stuff is that the best food in any given patch will not necessarily give you the stats you expect. This is a big thing in crafting too, where like the best food might give you more control, which means it behooves you to stack. What was the other stat called? No, crafting specialization. It's like things like that. Anyway, actually no. Funny story that I just remembered that's more relevant to this whole conversation. Like speaking of theory crafters and stuff, I think the patch this morning fixed this, but the Pictomancers that just started, doing their thing this week, discovered that the best way to optimize their build was to manually remove a specific buff from their bar. And so, like, people were doing that for their build, and, like, Yoshi P literally came out and said, like, this was not intended.
Yeah, I can explain
Stop practicing that because it's silly.
It's you know how when you use one of your 1, 2, 3 as a pictor, it adds a buff that changes your 1 to 2 and then your 2 to 3. Basically, people were activating negative spectrum, so you'd have the CYMK colors going cyan, clicking off the combo, and then going cyan, yellow, and then finishing it in the normal blue, because that way you still got all 3 hits of your negative color, but the final hit of your combo gets
you back into cyan.
Yeah.
No, good. Yeah.
Well, to an extent, it would get you. It would get you the holy charge to use as Black Comet, and but it would also get you more rainbow to get you back into the cyan.
Cyan faster. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's hilarious. I did not like look into the details of how that worked, but like that is kind of hilarious. That was what happening. And so they adjusted the number so that it is no longer viable, but it's hilarious that that's the sort of thing that was happening.
Clancy says the funniest part of the Pictomancer was all.
And as Chad just said, this was all for a 1% DPS gain.
Hey, for the hardest content in the game, every point matters.
Yeah. Every point matters. All right. Anyway, back to what we were doing.
Yeah. As you will it, I shall finish the task that you and Hubertane have started. Or Hubertin. Halliburton, this will take but a moment.
Habit.
O mighty Relic of Eld, receive of this scroll the memories of toil and triumph, and mostly toil, and with thy newfound light illuminate this adventurer's path. It is done! Take up your weapon anew, my friend, and bask in its radiance, the radiance of a newborn star. Your relic weapon Animus has been reborn through the power of materia. Okay. Alright, so what's next?
Oh yeah, my stats are 3 determination, 7 spell speed, 5 piety, 44 direct hit, and 25 skill speed. I am the fastest stick smacker in the world.
Okay, so do I talk to him about Animus again?
You're gonna have to equip the weapon to actually.
Oh, right.
Quest.
Yeah. Then we can have the Simpsons reference.
Soul-glazed relics. By his penetrating gaze, you have a feeling that Jalzahn has further plans for your relic weapon. Zodiac Glass. Gerald, the weaponsmith Gerald can use to determine the extent of a weapon's soul attunement. Okay.
Yeah. That's a tool we're going to be using to... That's basically the thing that we'll use to see if our weapon is finished.
Gotcha. I trust you have been keeping well, my friend. As you can doubtless guess, my research into the enhancement of your relic continues. Most recently, I have been delving into the subject of soul attunement. Allow me to explain how it pertains to our endeavor. Through no small amount of effort on your part, your weapon has become host to abundant soul energy. However, it seemed to me that the relic was not as powerful as it should have been. It was plainly not benefiting fully from the energy it held. After conducting some tests, I believe I have identified the problem, the degree of soul attunement. You see, though soul energy permeates your weapon, at present that energy is not attuned to its host. As such, much of it remains latent and untapped, so go kill some shit. If your weapon is to realize its potential, it must have full access to this energy. Alas, I fear that my expertise alone has not sufficed to find a solution to this problem. Being the person who reforged your weapon, Geralt may well possess knowledge that is of use to us. Excuse me. However, you will recall that the man hasn't been exactly accommodating of my requests for assistance. Unless some manner of miracle has come to pass, I doubt that he would be willing to help me now. But you, my friend, you have something of a rapport with Geralt, yes? I believe you stand a far better chance of winning him over to our cause. I would be much obliged if you could speak with him in my stead.
A rapport is one way to put it. Hey, Geralt, you know the
Wait, but before I almost forgot. Supposedly, let's see if we can get this to work. There's supposed to be an interaction between Garnet and Zidane.
Yes, they're doing it now. They're doing it now.
On your screen, they are not. They're not on my screen.
Are they close enough together?
Yeah, should be.
Oh.
Aww. I hereby promise to do my best to kidnap you.
Oh, that's cute! Oh, I love that! Oh, that's so good!
Yeah.
For those who aren't aware, Final Fantasy IX is my favorite Final Fantasy and my second favorite game of all time.
Oh, do you want to see the mount?
Oh, yeah. I should put the mount on my bark, because I have that now. I mean, Laura would have the mount too, right?
There have been several mounts I've acquired. Are you talking about the Chocobo Core?
No,
the one
this
from
big...
the collector's thing.
Oh, right. The Arc mount. Oh, sick! I'm watching a Final Fantasy IX blind playthrough right now, and she loves everything about the game, including the music.
That's great. All right. I saw you had the Garnet minion out and realized, oh wait, we have to do that.
Definitely. I didn't know that was going to happen. That's so cute. If you're here for your kettle, it ain't ready. Takes time to get the contours just right, you can? You again? Can't a man mend kettles in peace? What in the seven hells do you want this time? Huh? Advice on how to enhance your Relic of Eld. Well, might be as I can help you, but what's in it for me? Why should I drop me kettle mended just so you can kill things better? Because we're friends, you and I and Rowena. Oh, you'll get to lord it over Jalzahn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the last one because, like, we could go with the blackmail option. We definitely could.
I'm gonna appeal to his spite.
Yeah.
You get to lord it over Jalzahn.
I'll go for the UI and Rowena.
Now that you mention it, putting that know-it-all in his place would certainly make me feel better about myself. Fine, I'll hear what Jalzahn has to say. You go and tell him to get his arse over here.
You call us friends and say that harlot's name in the same breath. You're a black-hearted bloody bastard, you know that. and then the same line.
Oh, does he call a woman a bitch? If you do that with a female character, does he call her a bitch?
I don't know.
Because I don't think he'd call her a bastard.
Why not? Bastards can be men. And women.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was a male-centered insult.
No, but
usually, technically, anyone can be a bastard.
Fair enough.
Bastard just means your parents weren't married when you were born.
Yeah.
Gerald has agreed to help us. Incredible. I know not what honeyed words you used to convince him, but it seems you are as skilled with your tongue as you are with your weapon. Yeah, my ex-girlfriends think the same thing. But come, let us waste no time.
Yeah.
I'm told you've got questions for me, old man. I ain't got all day, so be quick about it. Very well. As you are doubtless aware, with Lore's assistance, I have sought to recreate the mighty arms as wielded by the Zodiac Braves of legend. Thus far, we have succeeded in... So you want to attune the relic's soul energy to its host, is that right? Precisely, Master Gerald. Have you any advice to give us regarding this endeavor? No. I reckon I do. You need to isolate the energy inside your relic from external influence. You see, soul energy naturally becomes attuned to its host through use. Problem is, being composed of ether, that energy's fickle as sin, gets easily distracted by forces outside the host. For attunement to happen, you need to get rid of them pesky outside forces. You can do this by making your weapon ether-tight. Buggered if I know how, though. You'll have to work that bit out yourself. Well, you'll have to tell us what that means. Excuse me. Any road. Once your weapon's ether-tight, you just need to use it as usual. Run around and kill things with it. Over time, the energy ought to become one with its host. After that, I imagine you'll need to undo the, ether-tightness, or the newfound power will remain sealed. Isolation. But of course, this is far simpler and more elegant a solution than I had dared to imagine. Now, I believe I can readily prepare a glaze that will render the relic impassable to ether. However, when will we know that sufficient attunement has been achieved, and the glaze is ready to be removed? You know them Archons from Charlian? They use newfangled goggles that allow the wearer to see traces of ether. We can make something similar, I reckon. That's the weird microscope goggle things that the Scions have, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, we don't need nothing near as sophisticated. A magnifying glass fitted with lenses what are crafted from ether-sensitive material ought to serve our needs. Yes, by blending finely ground crystals with glass, it should be possible to create such lenses as you describe. A truly inspired idea. You are a genius, Master Gerald. Praise is nice and all, but it won't slake a man's thirst. If you want to show your admiration, do it with a drink. But of course, my friend, for your invaluable assistance, I shall distill for you a fiery liquor, the likes of which you have never tasted. Ooh, now you're talking. You ain't half bad, old man. Now, it just so happens I've got leftover materials to make our magnifying glass. I'll get to work on it right away. So get that booze ready. It's ready. With this, you'll be able to check soul attunement levels at a glance. I call it the Zodiac Glass. See that you put it to good use, you hear? Your skills are beyond compare, Master Gerald. For my part, I shall prepare the coating for Lore's relic anon. When your preparations are in order, come and see me, and we shall make your weapon ether-tight, removing the stats you just put on it. I take my leave of you. Is that actually what happens?
No.
Oh. Man, you know, talking about those scopes, there's a really, really funny part in the starting bit of the Limsa Laminsa quest line when you very first start the game. Y'shtola puts on the goggles and says, "To think that I could perceive ether with mine own eyes."
Yeah.
It's like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like it's Like, it almost is even funnier than that, because, like, ever since Y'shtola went blind, like, she just does that naturally, and so now, like, nobody uses those goggles anymore. They just, like, call Y'shtola. Like, those goggles still exist, right? Like, they didn't all get destroyed in the Heavensward when I wasn't looking, right? Like, you could just use them.
Everybody's just casually draining Y'shtola's life force to get the scope.
You don't have to get Y'shtola every time you want to look at some ether, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway.
The gods smile upon our endeavor once more, my friend. I shall entrust the Zodiac Glass to your care, that you may use it to examine soul attunement levels wherever you desire. Should you misplace it, you will need to speak with Gerald's apprentice. Drake is his name, and he will furnish you with a replacement. As for the Aethertide coating, I am pleased to say that it is ready. In observance of the fine tradition of naming our creations, it shall be known as Soul Glaze. Present to me the relic you wish enhanced, and I shall coat it with a layer of Soul Glaze. Thence begins the next stage of our quest to recreate the legendary arms of the Zodiac Braves. Remind me, is it possible to get another Stardust Rod so you can have a glamour of an earlier stage in its process?
Yes. You can buy replicas from, I think, Drake, one of the guys around here.
Yeah,
cool.
once you've completed it, you can buy replicas of any stage.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Relic weapon Novus. Do I have to take it off to do that?
No, you just have to talk to him again to soul glaze it.
Novus enhancement, soul glazing, Novus soul glazing. Stardust rod.
Iris.
Without further ado, I shall apply soul glaze to your weapon. Not a spot shall be left uncoated. Yes, that should do it. The relic is now completely ether-tight. With your weapon in hand, do that which you do best. Adventure! In due course, the spirit energy it bears shall become fully attuned. Completing certain activities while equipped with your soul-glazed relic weapon will increase its soul attunement level. Possible to visually verify attunement progress. To achieve full soul attunement, you may present it to Jalzahn to have it enhanced to a relic weapon nexus. The upgraded weapon will retain the power. Okay. Okay. Has been soul glazed. So, what are the things you gotta do?
Different duties, or I'm just going to start and I'll explain as we go, because this is going to take a while and I want to move.
Okay.
While I walk and talk at the same time. So, by certain activities, they mean fates and duties, and different duties reward different levels of light. Where this is called the light, right? We're collecting light. And different duties give various amounts of light. The duties that give the most light, bar none, are the Alliance raids, so Crystal Tower and Wall of Darkness. But those take way too long, so we're not going to do those. The whole trick of this stage is to find the duties that have, like, the best, light to time ratio, which is why we are here, because we could just sprint through this dungeon and get to the end quickly.
So we're just going to do Total Rack a couple dozen times then?
Yeah. The other thing is, every 2 hours, different duties have, give bonus light. And so we're going to fish around and try to find one that gives bonus light, because that will literally make this go twice as fast if we can find a dungeon that is giving bonus light right at the moment.
Nice. So how much light do you actually have to accumulate?
You need 2,000, and different fates give somewhere between 50 and give somewhere between 20 and 100.
Okay, and the dungeon we're doing, how much does that give?
It does base. It does it gives 48, and then if the bonus is active, it'll give 96, I think.
Gotcha.
So we would need to run it 20 times.
Well, that's simple enough.
Yeah, and that is how this works. And if we're going to have to do this. The same thing again later, but it'll be a shorter grind.
Okay. Yeah, you said there were a few steps left in.
Yeah, there are exactly 3 steps left. This is the one that will take the longest.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Fastest one for this is Aurum Vale. Well, we're not fucking doing Aurum Vale, so.
Oh, it's fine. We'll be like one-shotting things in Aurum Vale, fine.
Yeah, Aurum Vale's not a problem when you're
when you're not level synced. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that was our next stop. If this one, if 1000, it's basically these days a toss-up between Aurum Vale and 1000 Maw. Ever since 1000 Maw was reworked. Because like before the rework, I don't think you ever got to experience the old 1000 Maw, but it used to be a bit of a maze. And now it's pretty much just like a straight line that you can sprint through, and so the best light stage, it's kind of a toss-up between 1000 Maw, Aurum Vale, or Tamtaro. And I just started here because I need to pick one. Brilliant. I think that's the better one. Hang on. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, so we're moving on. We did not get the bonus light from that one, so we're moving on to somewhere else.
Oh, nowhere does it say which has the bonus light? We just have to guess?
No, you just gotta fish for it. Or like ask Reddit, I suppose, because like it changes every 2 hours. So like maybe you could like ask Reddit, and they'll get lucky and say it's like, yeah, I was in Aurum Vale 5 minutes ago, and it gets the bonus light. So, but
this used to be my most hated dungeon, the 1000 Yawns of Todorak. Ah.
It was actually faster to go the wrong way at the start to get an extra photo cell than it was to play the game, to play the dungeon as everybody else did it. Unfortunately, I can never convince people to do that because they were too stuck in their ways. Like, come on, please!
It was faster to what?
To go left at the start instead of going into the rest of the dungeon, because. Even though it looks like it would be going backwards, it actually saves you from doubling back half of the alternate route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is still faster than doing Fates, because Fates take longer for not guaranteed amounts.
Yeah, because Fates, like, there's a lot of like running around looking for them.
That's true as well.
Yeah, I mean, if we were higher level, the quickest thing to do would be the different extreme trials, because like if we were high enough level to kill Ifrit in literally one hit, that would do it. You would need to run in and kill Ifrit like 50 times. Okay, it would take 30 seconds each time, so...
This is fast. We're 2 minutes in and we're almost to the last mob pull.
Yeah. Okay, come on, you don't need to wait for me. You're a big boy. You can kill things too.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes.
We're looking for blinding. We're looking for a blinding light, is what we're hoping for. Oh, whoops. No, wrong.
To Tamtara. So what have you guys been playing lately besides Final Fantasy XIV?
I picked up the demo, and I think I'm going to play the full game of the that Princess Peach game that came out like 3 months ago, and we all missed
Forgot
it.
about, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah, it's cute. It's neat. It's fun.
Go figure we get a Peach game and a Zelda game in the same year.
The Zelda game
I mean,
looks fun.
That's kind of hilarious. But yeah, other than that, it's mostly just been Dawn Trail, which I've been making my way through pretty slowly, all things considered.
Yeah, my focus has been entirely on Dawn Trail.
I suppose it was a stupid question.
Yeah.
I mean, Dawn Trail is out with Girl. Yeah.
But yeah, like the only reason I've been playing anything besides Dawn Trail is that, you know, the Switch is a mobile device. Like after the stream, I gotta go do laundry, and so I'll be playing more Princess Peach instead of more Dawn Trail tonight.
I've been playing Stardew myself. Really gotten into that over the last couple months. Currently working on, I'm currently in Fall of Year 3, working on achievements.
Yeah, eventually, once I, like, start to wind down the Dawn Trail hype, I'll probably pick up Baldur's Gate 3 again, because like, I got a big computer upgrade just in time for Dawn Trail, and now I can run Baldur's Gate much better than I could before, so...
Yeah. They're also coming out with a big update that adds a bunch of evil endings, apparently.
Ooh.
Nice.
Adds a bunch of endings, several of which are evil endings.
Being evil is a part of D&D.
It is a part of the... And, like, they did have... Like, a couple evil endings. I mean, there are a lot of endings, and some of them are ambiguous. Like I'm not sure what you would call certain endings, but, like, there were a few definitively evil endings already, but glad to see that they're adding more variety.
How do you people start making 10K by year 1? Well, I get a steady income from...
Oh, from the chest.
Oh, damn it, I didn't want that plundered chain. Why'd you open that box? Brilliant light. But yeah, pigs. I have the foraging mastery at level 10 foraging that makes all foraged items iridium quality, and pigs, iridium quality truffles are 1,250 each. And if you let them, they'll dig up multiple per day. So I always pick up any truffles the pigs are digging up at the start of my day when I tend to the animals, and then at night before I go to bed, I'll walk into the pen where the coops and barns are, and pick up any truffles that got dug up during the day while I was away. I'm on ostriches at the moment. Just finished catching a full set of those. Bright light, so that's the weakest one, right?
So that's slightly weaker.
That only took us 40 seconds, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, stop opening the treasure chest!
Who is opening the chest?
It's a reflex, I'm sorry. I'm a loot goblin. What do you want from me?
Look, Lord's inventory is bad enough as it is. We don't need him getting crap.
So the extremes give less light by base than dungeons do because they're quicker, but they're faster, so, you know, there you go. With this one, we're hoping for brilliant light. With all of these extremes that we're about to do, we're hoping for brilliant.
Okay.
Gentle,
seconds.
oh, that's even worse. That's a bad one, actually.
Gentle light.
Yeah, gentle is the weakest. Actually, no, feeble is the weakest, but gentle is also, you know, useless.
Yeah, and we're still at no etheric activity.
Oh, we did not have the ability for Thorn March. Let's see if we can do this. I don't think we can. Well, I don't think we can do this without skipping phases, but give it a shot. Lore, if you could just literally like swift cast Flare at the start of this, that would be great.
All right. Oh shit! I swift cast after. Damn it.
What did you do?
I reflexively hit swift cast without being in fire.
Okay, so we got down to like 20%, so we could maybe do this if Lore learns how to burst.
Yeah.
Okay, through the nails.
For these chains, you want to be close to each other.
Oh, okay.
They're like the opposite of every other chain in the damn game.
We're close to each other and nothing's happening. Oh, well, whatever.
No. When you stretch out, you receive damage downs and start taking more damage from the explosions. You can't snap that one at all. It's just stay close. Right.
Okay. No bonus.
Extreme Freak can give us Nightmare, right? We probably should have opened that
Yeah.
treasure chest. Oh well.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah. Same with Garuda. Actually, there was, I guess, a justified reason to do it.
Yeah.
I still can't get over the graphical upgrade.
Graphical upgrade is pretty good. Blue.
I still found it funny when they showed like a hyper realistic render of the Dareplander when they were like, you see, we are doing a graphics upgrade, and this example right here showing the super high definition like AAA render of the Dareplander.
The Unreal Engine build get Nintendo hire this man.
Yeah, and it's just like, is not what we're going for.
Yeah.
Okay, let them group up on me.
Yeah, the lighting change is very good.
Not green.
Yeah,
blue.
Mida said it was
actually
blue
looked at
when
the
he
thing.
looked at the.
Oh, okay. Oh, the bat's caught up. The clamor is still clamoring.
Yeah, the lighting was very easy to get taken out of the game before the update.
Yeah.
But the sun dappling in Gridania is wild. Why am I so slow? I've been sprinting every time sprints come up as something I can do. You guys are so far ahead of me.
I do have an additional like little teleport on the, and these guys are probably just better at sprinting than you are. I don't know.
I have ethereal shift to get. It's every minute I can dash 15 yams forwards. It's new for White Mage.
I forgot White Mage had that.
Cool.
And Belena is also White Mage, so that's why she can do it. Yeah, your only movement thing involves using your ley lines, which would be counterproductive in this scenario.
Ethereal manipulation.
Oh yeah, but does that only take you to a ley line?
No, it takes you to a player.
Ah.
Between the lines is the ley line one.
Right.
What's the range on that, by the way? If you guys are like 100 yards away, can I ethereal manipulation to you?
It'll tell you on your tooltip.
Aha, there's the X next to it. I can't ethereal manipulation to you from this far away. Oh well.
Yeah, but if you look at the tooltip, it'll tell you the range.
Yeah, the tooltip I can't hover over because I'm on controller. I'll have to look at actions and traits.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, so on controller.
The answer is it doesn't. I might be able to. Hang on. I can scroll the touchpad to hover over it, and that does the tooltip, but that's a real pain in the ass.
25 yams.
Yep, exactly.
Let's try. Yeah, let's see. This is a long one, but it's worth a look.
Relic exhibits indistinct etheric activity. Me and Milena just casually holding the exact same one-of-a-kind refurbished relic of ancient times.
Oh wow, ethereal manipulation only has like a 10-second cooldown. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Screw sprinting, I could just spam this.
I think we abandoned lore to the mobs. Oh no, he did make it out. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we have to get the chain wrenches on the door, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hour just rolled over, so it might be worth going back and looking to see if I don't know if it's I'm not sure like which 2 hours it switches over, so it might be worth going back to see if AV has changed.
Now we've left Minda behind.
Yeah, I stopped for a chain.
Yeah, I know. I figured you would, so I went ahead and grabbed the extra chains.
Yep.
No, not the treasure coffer, the ethereal flow.
Not the treasure coffer, you say?
Oh, you bastard!
Yeah. Yeah.
You
No!
monster!
What have you done? At least this is like the shortest section in the entire game between two bosses. Well, they're taking one for the team.
Brilliant light.
Which is what we expected. We're hoping for, in the dungeons, we're hoping for blinding.
Yeah.
In the dungeons, the mighty dungeons.
Copper bell, fun. We might try the extremes again.
Yeah. Well, the problem with the extremes is we only have about half of them unlocked. I suppose we could go about unlocking them, as long as we're doing them.
We should probably do that on a day when people can actually travel to this data center and join us.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think we should save group content that isn't MSQ for days when we can get groups together. Do we have any idea when the data center travel restriction will be lifted?
No idea.
Nope. I don't know when they're. I don't know when they're going to unfix what was unbroken.
Yeah. Yeah, like they over-prepared after what happened in Endwalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the highest queue I've gotten was like 300, and that was on launch weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Me and Ott were on one of the shadow servers, which is the overflow servers they created with 0 players for Dawn Trail in Europe, and including him and I, there were 7 players on that entire world.
And 2 of them were named Dyson.
Yes! Somehow, of all the 7 players, there was me and the only other person in the entirety of the European data centers also named Dyson. Like, the odds of that are just completely mind-blowing.
I didn't realize there would be another Dyson. I wonder how many there are in the world.
Here, let's split up. I'll go left, the rest of you go right. Because I kill things quickly.
I mean, with a size, so do we.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll just prepare the powdering chamber. Okay, going by this. Timestones.gg is not working properly at the moment.
Yeah, this is a slow one.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 3 on yeah, there's three of them on America. And
Brilliant light.
2 in Europe, 3 in America, and 3 in Japan. Technically, I am ignoring a 3rd one in Europe because that was my first character. So I don't think that counts.
All right, hang on.
Oh,
How
God.
do I inspect this? Do I just go to my armory chest?
You just use the Zodiac glass.
What the fuck ended up happening? That
Well, it's not my key items.
It's not. It's in your regular menu.
Appears in the Zodiac glass. Indistinct etheric activity. Lovely. What are we aiming for? Also, am I swift casting flare here? Or is this a skippable
I don't
phase?
think it'll do it.
Get swift cast up. Flare. Swift cast went away.
You'll get there eventually.
Oh. Woo! Ha!
It looked like I dodged my screen, but oh well.
Bye, Minda.
I didn't dodge it.
Anyway, we'll know it's done when it is bursting with activity. The verbiage are indistinct, faint, slight, modest, distinct, robust, vigorous, intense, extreme, and bursting. And it is complete when it is bursting with activity.
Oh, right. I suppose I can do this.
Alright, so let's check this chest.
Oh yeah, these chests are actually, this is an extreme, so there might be a nightmare in here.
Nightmare! Hey! I rolled need.
Go figure!
Awesome! Got it! And gonna use that real quick. Sweet! Oh, Todoraki again. Okay.
We're gonna try Todoraki again, because like, an hour has passed, so it's possible that we'll get a bonus this time.
Yeah. I got knocked flying, but then while being knocked back, I used ethereal shift.
And according to my glass, we now have faint activity.
Sweet.
Which means, so like I said, like 2,000 is the limit. Faint activity means that we have somewhere between 400 and 600. So we are
we're making
approximately
good progress.
1/4 of the way there.
Yeah, and we've only been doing this for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm only about halfway through Dawn Trail. Just taking it a little slow this time. Like, part of it too was that, and like we were talking about this like the week before it happened, and like as it was happening last weekend, is that like there is not as much urgency to play Dawn Trail as there was for Endwalker, because like Endwalker is the end of like the ongoing story, and Dawn Trail is the start of a new one.
And yeah,
but,
for
like,
Endwalker, you wanted to be able to take part in discussions and
yeah, take part in discussions, and also just
not
like
get
beat
spoiled.
the spoilers. It's like you have to play this game before spoilers like envelop all of my news feed.
Oh, I am looking forward to seeing how well Lore does in the Dawn Trail duties. Because me and Noct, while doing some of the bosses in the duties, had kind of found ourselves noticing, oh, they're using mechanics that debuted in Savage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the last boss. I did not have any trouble with it, but the last boss in the level 95 dungeon, one of my FC peeps was like giving like a little live blog of their experience with it because their group just could not figure it out. And like it's like if you remember which boss that is, like you know why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's not a difficult mechanic to deal with, but it is a mechanic that like will kill you if you don't deal with it.
The upgraded the like super versions of the Omega raid boss. God damn it, Minda.
I'm sorry.
The super versions of the
ultimate, yeah.
Stormblood
we should do
raid bosses do not. Did we get blinding?
What's your question?
Those are not savage tier, right?
Wait,
Neo X Death is not savage.
Yeah.
Oh, it is savage. Okay.
Savage. Trials become extremes. Raids become savages.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then combinations of them become ultimates.
Although actually, it might be worth trying Bahamut. Let me see where does Bahamut rank as far as light rewards go. They're great. Only 1, 2, and 5 on. Yeah, actually, we'll fish around in the. I kind of forgot that Bahamut was an option for this, so we'll try fishing there after this, which I think was what Dyson was trying to suggest when he interrupted Lore, right?
I was just going to suggest we do we just keep doing Arm Veil since it was so much faster.
Yeah, I suppose.
It was only 2.5 minutes run.
We did not get blinding
attention
from
to the exact
Torak,
speed. Right? But yeah, we'll fish in we'll fish in foils first, and then we'll go to Veil.
Remind me, what mounts from raids have I not gotten?
I don't know.
Omega, Manipulator, and Alexander.
Sweet, so we do still have ones we can do like a stream of rolling for.
Yeah.
Oh, they're guaranteed drops.
Oh.
Savage is guaranteed drops. You also don't have the extreme mount from
Alexander, right?
The extreme mounts for Heaven's one. The Alexander mounts are the Savage ones that always drop. I was on about the randomly dropping ones from Trials.
AV. Okay, yeah, you're right. AV is definitely faster.
Yeah. One of the rewards for the watching people is raid food that gives you a 4% bonus experience instead of 3% for leveling up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, one of mine got wasted because I was in the 91 dungeon and got a tank at 91 who was single pulling and took a 5-minute break. So I didn't get the experience from the final boss with it.
Why did I just get an ascetics half robe? Did everyone else roll on it or what?
Oh no,
well, yeah, sometimes you just get loot for free.
Yeah. Some dungeons inject your items into your inventory. It's very, very useful actually in later dungeons. Great way to gear up.
We're hoping for brilliant. We were expecting bright. We're hoping for brilliant. Yep, sure. No, get away. I accidentally opened the Discord UI and the. I don't know if this is the optimal route through this place, but this is the route I always take, so whatever.
Yeah, this was a bad idea because you've literally just done the second zone twice.
Yeah, oops. No.
We just need to go west, south, and into center, or east, south, into center.
Yeah. Well, it'll only matter if we end up doing this place repeatedly.
No, not that way. Not that way, guys. Up this way.
Okay.
Because otherwise you fight another one.
Okay.
I do find it funny that the main way that people actually used to fight this boss was to intentionally wait for time to run out, so it got all of its buffs, because then its attacks became simpler.
Huh. Wow, that was it?
Yep.
Are there any mounts or anything cool for the treasure coffers here?
No, not really. You get tokens that you have to buy.
Craft with.
Turn one. This one's pretty fast, I think.
Bright light.
It is weird that Wanderer's Palace and all the optional dungeons except for Khan and Aurum Vale and Stone Vigil are only bright by default instead of brilliant.
Yeah. Once again, we are expecting bright and hoping for brilliant. And if we don't get it, we're just going to head back to AB.
Excuse me, sir. May I tell you about our Lord and Savior who rose from the dead? You. Wait.
Bright light.
Okay, so back to AV.
Huh. I love that Zidane and Garnet have an interaction. That's so cute.
That's very cute.
Yeah. I love that the Ark mount has the Final Fantasy IX battle theme play.
Oh shit, does it?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna have to turn on mount music then.
I mean, you really should at this point anyway, just because you've got so many different mounts. I only ever turn it off when I'm in a new expansion to listen to the new zone's musics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point you've got a rideable jukebox like me.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't quite have 220, but you know.
Yeah, I have been. Yeah, like I have also like only just turned off mount music for the first time in, a year and a half or so.
So that you could listen to Dawn Trail music, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've turned it back on now that I finished the MSQ.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do that after this run.
Yeah. The music in the third Dawn Trail zone kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII a little bit.
The music in the final zone, obviously you're not there yet, so I won't spoil anything about it, but the music in that final zone reminds me of the anime movie Summer Wars.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie.
It is.
We have Digimon at home, but it's actually good.
Yeah. I mean, Minna's not kidding. It is literally Digimon our war game, but without Digimon and expanded.
Yeah. Well, I think it's some of the same Digimon creators who worked on it, isn't they?
Yes, the animator especially.
Yeah.
So it's
it looks like Digimon. Like jokes aside, it genuinely looks like Digimon.
And it is about a digital scale.
A digital world and all the themes and stuff, and yeah, but it looks like Digimon in a way that you can't fake.
Because the art style isn't necessarily the same, but the animation style is identical to the movie.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate. It's like if we were getting blinding light, that would be good, but we're not. So we're just going to deal with it.
Yeah. It's character or is it system config?
System
configuration.
It's system config sound.
Yeah.
Apply. Cool.
I'm going to get on the mount so every time we come out, I can hear the music.
I've been watching a Final Fantasy IX playthrough, and that music in that game is so good.
It is. There's a reason it's my second favorite Final Fantasy game.
It's the whole package. Pretty much the only complaint you can really have about that game is how slow the battles are.
And even then, that's not necessarily the battle's fault so much as the ATB gauge itself being slow.
Well, yes, that's why the battles are slow.
I mean, it's slow in the very literal sense, not slow as in unengaging. Which is something that needs to be have a distinction placed between. Hey, Minda. Whee!
I'm opening every chest in this dungeon now.
Fuck you. Dai rescued Linda. To yank it backwards.
Oh, look, a chest.
We still have 2 elf stools, a Veil Wisp and a Lily of the Veil from the right at the start of the version.
Oh yeah, and Tetramaster sucks.
Yeah, I don't hate Tetramaster, but it's just RNG this year.
Oh, Sick Firm also raises the point that when facing the Fiends, you only get to play Zidane and Quina instead of all 4. And that's a missed opportunity. So, do we know if... Well, the remake hasn't officially been announced yet, has it? I was going to say, do we know if it's going to be just a remaster or like a full remake? But we don't know yet.
No.
The rumored FF9 remake?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even a rumor at this point. It's been leaked by multiple places.
Yeah.
And Brilliant Light. How much have we got now? Ha! I left before you could foist that gear on me.
Look, get on the mount. Get on the mount.
I'm gonna open up my own.
That's what I'm saying. Get on the mount. It's a 1-seater. So you get on yours.
Arc.
Okay, so the
Jump.
The relic exhibits slight activity, which means 600 to 800. So we're about a third of the way done.
Love that battle music.
It was also a missed opportunity that they didn't put Arc in Final Fantasy XIII. Like, all of the summons in 13 are Transformers. Why didn't they include Arc?
The thing about FF9 Remake is the original did such a good job with the FMVs and conveying emotions that I kind of feel like voice dialogue would be redundant, but we'll see. Yeah, that's incredibly dangerous to do with Final Fantasy IX because you are correct.
Everybody has their own voice for these characters at that point.
Yeah, like it's even more so than Final Fantasy VII, which has a history of very consistent voices since the early 2000s. So we've got it built up what these characters sound like generally. But in Final Fantasy IX, there's been no voices aside from Dissidia.
And also,
maybe the gacha game?
The Final Fantasy gave Vivi a voice as well.
I guess Kingdom Hearts 2 did as well, but that wasn't really Vivi that was speaking.
Yeah, and it's not the same voices that there anyway. The voice of Vivi in the Final Fantasy, I believe, is also the voice of Phil and Lil from Rugrats. It's actually really fitting, really cute. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can see it. But yeah, Sanctorum is saying the original did such a good job with the FMVs and conveying emotions that I kind of feel like voice dialogue would be redundant. Yeah, I can see that argument. I was remarking the other day to a couple friends that the level of detail and character and emotion conveyed by even just the regular animations of the Final Fantasy IX character models wouldn't become industry standard for another decade. Well, I guess 2006, when the Xbox 360 generation launched, but it was very much ahead of its time. Final Fantasy X took a big step backwards with character animations. And that was the first PS2 Final Fantasy. Okay, but you should actually stop opening the treasure chest, please.
I'll try. I make no promises.
But yeah, like... Okay. If they just do a remaster, a fresh coat of paint, model upscaling, faithful renditions of the music that are, like, modernized and
real instruments instead. Yeah, real instruments instead of synthetic is all we need.
Yeah, like if they do that, I'd pay $60 for it. Like I would pay full game price for a 1-to-1 remaster of Final Fantasy IX. Like there's no question, the game's just that good. But if they go the voiced route, if they go like a full remake instead of just a remaster, I would be incredibly apprehensive and incredibly mind blown if it was good.
There's no way they'll do it without voices. If they're like,
yeah,
we already have a remaster on Steam.
Well, I wouldn't call that a remaster. It's just a mobile version.
No, the Steam version came before the mobile version. Plus, it also does have updated models and everything.
Are we talking about the one that redoes the like font of all the in-game of all the in-battle menus to be like smooth and vectorized? Because from what I'm aware, that's the mobile port.
It's on mobile, but it wasn't just made for mobile.
Ooh, fair enough.
And it does actually have new models.
Yeah.
See,
like it's not a good remaster, but it's a remaster.
I feel like it wouldn't be leaked as a remake if that was the case, rather a remaster. Remake, calling something a remake generates hype.
Well, yeah, that's kind of their point. I think that's their point. Is that like if it were worth leaking, that they were, because like if it were just a remaster, it wouldn't be leak worthy. They would just say it's like, oh yeah, they're gonna make another port of 9 to like fix the crappy remaster. It's like, but that's not what they said. You know, they said they're leaking Final Fantasy IX. Get excited. You know.
Yeah, a lot of them. I posted a comparison. They're not massively different, but they are new models.
All right, let me take a look at this.
Yeah. Like, I think that's what Sync Firm is getting at.
Yeah, fair enough. Man, though, look at the level of detail on that Garnet model from the PS1.
No one can see what you're looking at, Lauren.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to paste that link in chat
then. The thing that I'm looking at, it's like, we can't. You have OBS. It is within your power to show the stream what you're looking at, but you are not exercising it at this moment.
Yeah, a realistic HD approach to Final Fantasy IX would be wrong. I agree.
Yeah, they need to keep the
proportions need to stay the same.
Like, I'm fine with what they did with it. We did in Dissidia for Dissidia.
Well, like, I think that's why there was the, you know, that's what you were talking about, how characters aren't as expressive in 10 as they are in 9, and like that's why, is because of the cartoony art style.
I suppose it would be a lot easier to be expressive when you are just changing the texture on the model rather than having the entire face move.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not even talking about like facial animations. I'm talking like body language. Like the animation skeleton in 9 is way more detailed and emotive than the ones in 10.
Oh yeah. but like the facial expressions was actually mind blowing for a PS1 game, especially. Because bear in mind, most PS1 games, when it came to faces, they were either unmoving or non-existent. They were just like, look at Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Most of the time you didn't have eyes.
It's kind of impressive that Spyro was as animated as it was, come to think of it.
Oh yeah, Spyro was great.
Spyro was my personal pie in the sky pick for Smash, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Mine was Rayman. And honestly, Rayman felt like, really felt like Rayman was going to be a given, since he had spirits and in the previous game a trophy in Smash already. Like, how did someone who was already in Smash not end up being in Smash?
Yeah.
I've mentioned this. There was a plan leaked at some point in the last few years for a Final Fantasy IX cartoon of some sort. Last I heard, it's getting made by a French studio.
Yeah, it's going to be like it is in production apparently.
That has got to be like a 4-season cartoon to cover the whole of Final Fantasy IX.
One per disc.
I mentioned this before, but I'm curious, is FF8 anyone's favorite Final Fantasy? FF8 is a very, very polarizing Final Fantasy.
It's a very, yeah.
Either you love it to death, or you fucking despise it.
I like it, but it's not one of my favorites. So I just kind of completely destroyed what you said. Whoops.
Well, there are outliers for everything.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm in the camp of like it has more problems than it has more problems than benefits.
I think that the story is very poorly executed, and I think that it tries a lot of interesting and brave mechanics, and none of them work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very much like Final Fantasy II in that respect, which tried a lot of brave and new and interesting mechanics, and none of them worked.
Yeah.
I will absolutely defend the orphanage scene though.
The music in 8 is pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
like the Man with a Machine Gun is one of the best battle themes in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I stumbled upon this revelation as we were talking about it during the Evilise raids, that, like, I think 12 might be the average Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. Right there in the middle.
Yeah, like, it's right there in the middle. Like, I never thought about that consciously until, like, we were discussing it, because, it was the topic of the day. It was like, no, this is the average Final Fantasy game.
I like 12.
Than 12. There are games that are worse than 12, and 12 is right in the middle.
I like 12. I should probably finish it at some point.
Yeah, 12 was the first Final Fantasy game that I like really got into. Mostly just as a consequence of when I was able to finally get a PlayStation 2. Because I was a Nintendo kid growing up. I went from the Super Nintendo to the N64 to the GameCube, and there you go.
I was PlayStation and Sega.
Yeah. So I was a Nintendo kid growing up, and so I never really got to play any of the, and I was too little for Final Fantasy when it was still on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I never played 6, which would have been 3 at the time. So and then, didn't really get into those until later. But, by the time I was a teenager, got my own job in high school, and was able to, afford my own stuff. That was when I got used PlayStation 2 and a bunch of used games for it. And 12 was the most recent Final Fantasy at that point, so I picked that one up. And it was cool. I liked it, and so I played more of them, and here we are.
I bought a PS2 with my first non-paper route paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I bought Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I got Kingdom Hearts and 12 were the first two PlayStation 2 games that I played.
Man, though, the hate that 12 got when it came out for being such a weird combat system. That
I disliked 12 when I first played it.
Yeah. It was my first game, so like I didn't have like the previous points of comparison there.
I adjusted to it very quickly, and I rather liked it actually. It did something interesting, and I never was a purist for the turn-based combat. So the fact that I looked at it not as like active time combat necessarily, but as an AI programming mini game.
I mean, it was still ATB based anyway.
Well, yes, but
the real core of the gameplay there was dealing with the programming aspect.
Yeah,
that was kind of the proper quote unquote way to play.
Yeah,
I remember that Penny Arcade comic making fun of it, where it was Mario with the connection line that you use when you target in Final Fantasy XII, targeting a Goomba and the gambit list at the bottom, and they were just staring at it in disgusted disbelief, going, "The game is playing itself?"
I just didn't like the setting. I got so fed up of desert. The start of the game is desert for so long. Okay, we're at Modest now, by the way.
Oh, nice.
God, I hate Final Fantasy XIII.
I like 13.
Just under halfway. You're alone.
Loves Final Fantasy XIII to death, but honestly, it's also very love-core. So,
I mean, if you look at like review stuff, like on Steam, for example, you'll usually see mostly positive. It's just the people who dislike it are a lot louder.
Well, the people who dislike it also didn't bother playing it on Steam. Remember, Steam it came out on Steam like 5 years after the fact, so the only people who bothered to buy it on Steam are the ones who,
I'd be interested to see how many reviews it actually has on Steam. I have Steam open in another window. I'll check that after this run.
Yeah, that's another good question. It's like, how many reviews does it even have? Because I bet it's not a lot. Because I would bet not very many people bothered with it.
I did hear that 13.2 is pretty good, actually. Some people
I think each 13 game improves.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Like 13.2 improves on basically everything about 13's systems and story.
And Lightning Returns is basically Majora's Mask Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I have them, and Love's been trying to get me to play them for years.
Yeah, I mean, like, I did play the first one. The only reason I got through it is because, like, I had, like, friends to riff on it with.
It was so boring. It was so easy, and almost none of the characters were likable. There was nothing engaging about 13.
No, the gameplay gets good 30 hours in, but like you realize that's not like a point in its favor, right?
13,500 reviews on Steam, mostly positive.
Okay, that is a lot.
It's not it's not one of my favorites, but I like it. Yeah. I like all the numbered Final Fantasies in some way or another. Even two in regards to I love to break it apart.
Final Fantasy XIII was the first game I ever pre-ordered. I went to a midnight release for it and everything.
Yeah, you and I both have the pre-order curse, where, like, we tried to pre-order, like, I don't usually pre-order either, but there have been a couple of games I pre-ordered, and all of them turned out badly.
I pre-ordered, the first 3 games I pre-ordered were Final Fantasy XIII, Diablo 3, and Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
I was cursed. The stuff I've pre-ordered for work has not fallen under the same curse. It's largely been good.
Yeah. I pre-order most games because if I'm going to be buying them day one anyway, why not?
Yeah, no, I also have the pre-order curse. Like, my pre-order curse was Mass Effect 3.
Oof.
Oof. Yeah, big oof. Assassin's Creed 3, which I don't know if you, like, know much about Assassin's Creed, but that was, like, the start of the downfall. Well, no, it's Assassin's Creed 3 doesn't really track on the downfall of Assassin's Creed. It's just kind of like a boring game with a boring protagonist.
Inigo is objecting to our characterization of Mass Effect 3, and I actually kind of agree. Mass Effect 3 is really good until the last 5 minutes.
Until it's not. Yeah, is the problem.
Yeah, like, I'm actually extremely positive on Mass Effect 3, except for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's more than 5 minutes, but I get your point. And it's like, see, for me, like, I think I will always be especially sour on Mass Effect 3 because I played it day one, so, like, I had no warning.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Like, I feel like most people played Mass Effect 3 after I did, and even if you didn't get direct spoilers, you at least heard. It's like, by the way, I know you're coming up on the ending, and, you know, oof.
Marauder Shield, like, the final boss, trying to save
Marauder
us from
Shield,
the ending.
Final boss. You know, but, like...
Oh, wow,
like,
there's a hot take. Elkia doesn't like Mass Effect 2.
I've never played the Mass Effect games. I have all 3 of them on 360 after getting them off my best mate, but I haven't played them yet.
Even with the ending of Mass Effect 3, I do recommend them.
Yeah, like, Mass Effect 3's ending is bad, but it's something that's very easy to get over when thinking about should I play the game.
Yeah.
I'm told, like, the ending is, like, there's 3 different options and they're all basically the same thing with a different color.
Yeah, and that would be bad enough.
They did fix that, but, like, that's, yeah.
That would be bad enough, but the real problem with the ending is that it's a trilogy based on making choices. Every choice you make, every dialogue choice you make, every mission choice you make, all of it matters. All of it changes how things go with your companions and with the story.
How about prefers the original ending? Okay, you're getting banned. I'm banning you from chat. No.
But, like,
go away.
All the stuff you do matters. It was Baldur's Gate 3 a decade and a half before Baldur's Gate 3 came out. In fact, the thing I say about Baldur's Gate 3 is that playing it made me feel like playing Mass Effect for the first time, and I haven't felt that way since Mass Effect.
We're halfway done now. We've reached distinct.
Nice.
We're happy. So do we want to finish this on stream, or do we want to, like, do something else?
We might as well do this as the stream.
It seems like a good point to off-ramp if we want to do that.
I think this is a good stream, and we're in the middle of podcasting about Final Fantasy and Mass Effect and stuff, and I like the conversation we're having. So
yeah, and it's helping Milena as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly,
okay, Mass Effect didn't have that many options that actually changed the story, but it felt like it did.
So yeah, like Mass Effect is the thing about Mass Effect is that it's a lot of smoke and mirrors that kind of like if you play through the game multiple times, you start to see through the illusion of how much choice there really is and how many options there really are. But if you just go through it and like just play through your story with your one Shepard, it feels like magic.
Yeah. Like, Mass Effect is one of the best game feels I've ever had because of the interactions. And almost all the characters are good, except Caden.
Or Caden.
Caden has the personality of a bread sandwich, and I will never never.
He's also one of the same voice actor for Kain is also one of the main characters in Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, and he plays basically the same character. Like it's very funny going from if you go on if you go on the BioWare binge, it's very funny going from Mass Effect to Knights of the Old Republic, and just like this motherfucker will haunt you across multiple games.
Caden is so uninteresting that I let him die instead of the racist.
I started playing Knights of the Old Republic a couple of years ago. The thing is, that was a really bad time for me to start doing it, because at the time we were in COVID quarantine, and I was playing.
Oh yeah.
No, let me finish. So, we were in COVID quarantine. I was playing Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, which is about being trapped in a city in quarantine because of demons. And then I started playing Star Wars: The Old Republic for when I was at home, because obviously that's a DS game. And the very first thing that happens is, you end up trapped on a planet in quarantine. I was like, okay, 3 is one too many, thanks.
Yeah. For a few years, and this started like right before COVID, but we have carried the tradition on all these years later. My family does a family book club every few months. The book we're reading this month is, I'd have to look up the name of the title real quick to double, because I forgot it. But anyway, the last book we read was called Lincoln in the Bardo, which was very good. But one of the first books that we picked during the quarantine era was a book called Station 11, which is a very good book. Highly recommend it. It's a post-apocalypse book where humanity has been wiped out by a major disease.
I wonder how sales of the game Pandemic went during quarantine.
I mean, I bought it. I for one bought a copy of Pandemic during the pandemic. Because I realized I didn't have one, because I always just played it at a friend's house. And I was like, this is a game I should really own.
Speaking of Star Wars: The Old Republic, when me, Haven, and Ryu were streaming the Old Republic, we were all on the Imperial side, playing dark side characters. We had Ryu's Sith Inquisitor, Haven's Bounty Hunter, and my Imperial secret agent. And we joked that our characters all got together in a bar and made like a 50 credit bet on who would kill most people. And no one expected me in the first third of the game to manage to successfully commit genocide. and I'm just like, always bet on Black Ops.
Yeah.
It should be clarified that Ashley gets over the racism as not even after the first game, as her character arc in the first game, she stops being an asshole.
Yeah, unless you play Renegade and then you just encourage it.
Yeah.
Our characters didn't stop being assholes.
But yeah.
Caden never stops being boring. This is true.
Yeah, Caden's not being sorry. Yeah, even when he becomes gay, he's still boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, talking about comparing Baldur's Gate and Mass Effect is interesting too, because they're both they kind of branch off from the same DNA. The people who made Mass Effect made the original Baldur's Gate games back in the day. That was where BioWare got their reputation for being very good at making RPGs. Was Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Yeah, sure. Shame they also made one of the worst RPGs in history.
Are you talking about Sonic Colors?
Sonic Dark Brotherhood,
Dark
yes.
Brotherhood.
It's not Dark Brotherhood. That was it. I forgot.
Di hates that game. I actually enjoyed it when I played it.
Honestly, Law, you have no right to complain about me liking Final Fantasy XIII if you like Sonic Chronicles.
I didn't complain.
Guy,
I just said you were super wrong.
These things. I just know that BioWare made a Sonic game and one of the good ones.
So what did you say there, Law?
I just think you're wrong. I'm not bitching about it. I'm just about you liking it. I'm just saying you're very wrong.
I mean, you realize that both of them have the exact same user rating Metacritic, 6.4.
I also didn't say it was good. I said I liked it.
Oh, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's the only game I have ever sold due to not liking. Like, Jesus Christ. I make a point of never selling games just in case I regret it. I knew I would not regret selling this game, and I never have.
Bob just said something very unfortunate in chat. They have a trans friend whose new name is Caden, and it's like, oh no.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, I didn't even manage to beat Sonic Chronicles. I couldn't bear it.
The really annoying about Sonic Chronicles is that it sets up a sequel that never comes. Because it was received so poorly. Like, it ends on a cliffhanger.
I mean, admittedly, the worst thing about Sonic Chronicles, in my opinion, is the music. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't remember the music very well.
That's not even a hot take. That's kind of just like...
When a Sonic game has unmemorable music...
of the game that has markedly bad music.
Well, it's not even just that it had unmemorable music. It took classic music and ruined it. Like... Oh, it was horrible. There's even a conspiracy theory that the music is that way because somebody sabotaged the game and deleted the music they'd ready for it.
I think I've heard like enough stories that like it's not necessarily that malicious, but it is like supposedly something that crazy happened where they had to like suddenly make the soundtrack in a week or something.
But the thing is, that's happened before in Sonic, and it came out great. The American version of Sonic CD's soundtrack was done in like a couple weeks. Which, admittedly, I do prefer the European/Japanese version, but it's still a good soundtrack. I'm also not super fond of I'm not super fond of the Sega Saturn version of Sonic 3's music because. The original Sonic 3's... Sonic 3D's music. The original Sonic 3D on Mega Drive's music is incredible. One of my favourite soundtracks in the series.
Yeah, I would actually like to replay Sonic Chronicles. Just to get a new opinion on it. I think that would be an interesting experience. I could probably emulate it. Like, the touchscreen stuff, I think, is perfectly doable with a mouse.
People do play like there's a fan recreation of Ursu/Elite Beat Agent games that people play on mouse, so it must be doable.
Yeah.
I mean, Lore played like before the remake came out. Lore played some kind of hack of Ghost Trick.
No, it was just a straight emulation.
Just ordinary version.
Yeah, the DS emulators can read mouse input as touchscreen input.
Yeah, I'm the one that got me to play it.
Play Ghost Trick. Everyone should play Ghost Trick. What did it?
The timing on that Ghost Trick playthrough was kind of crazy because like we didn't know that Ghost Trick was coming out, and then like a week after you played it. The remake got announced.
Yeah, well, it was a couple of months, but it was like, very funny.
Yeah,
I bought the remake. I wanted to show them that it was a good thing to have put out, and I wanted my money to go to it, and I replayed it.
Yeah,
and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone
friend,
should play Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. It's
my friend Jeremy
$30. It's some of the best $30 you'll ever spend on a game.
Yeah, it does seem to go on discount relatively often.
Yeah. It's on all platforms too.
Yeah. On a similar vein, I'm looking forward to the Ace Detective games that are finally getting the translation.
Oh, the Ace Attorney Investigations.
Yeah, the Edgeworth games?
Yes.
Yeah, the Edgeworth games. They're finally getting an American release.
The first game already did, but yeah, the second one
already did.
I have both that. I have that, Apollo Justice, and Ace Attorney Chronicles, the one set in the past, all on my PSN wish list, just to remind myself to get them eventually. And they're going to stay on there for a while.
Yeah, the Miles Edgeworth games are the best games in the entire franchise.
Oh wow, that's high praise. Oh
yeah,
man, you know, speaking of high praise, a friend of mine has been watching my Ace Attorney playthrough and gushing to me about how I'm performing the voices of all the characters, which is incredibly validating.
I will say when I eventually replay Ace Attorney Investigations 2, because I played the fan translation with the fan voice acting and all that, it is going to be really weird getting used to the new names. Like Sebastian de Best is now going to be Eustace Wiener.
When are you going to get back to Ace Attorney 1? I want to. I've just had so many games on my plate that I only have so much time to play because of the patron picks. Which, I mean, it pays my bills. I can only keep doing this because I have the money from the patron picks.
And you have
my Patreon, it really helps. But,
your Personas 2 and 3 to get back to as well.
Yeah, I think, because I'm almost done with Ace Attorney, I think what I want to do is finish Persona 3 Reload, then finish Ace Attorney 1, and then get to something else.
Persona 2.
Well, here's the thing.
So see, this gets back to an argument that Laura and I had the other week, where, like, I was talking about how, like I've gotten to an age where it annoys me when games are too long because I can't finish them, and Laura comes in and goes, it's like, oh man, I love long games, like, in my top 10 games, like 9 of them are like super long RPGs. I'm like, yeah, and that's why you don't have time to, and that's why you have a backlog of like 8 games, none of which you have time to play right now.
Listen, I'm always a slut for 120 hour RPGs.
The problem with long games.
Yeah, just if things continue with Persona 2, it's going to take a very long time if you only ever play it on my birthday.
Well, here's what I'm wondering. Do we have any idea when the Persona 2 remake's coming out?
We've still not had them announced yet.
Damn.
Yeah, that's another game that's like it's like the FF9 remake, where like it's rumored to the point that we know what's happening, but we don't know anything else.
Yeah, it's been reliably leaked by multiple sources, but there's been no official word. You know what game that I really want to play, that I might just play off stream? Unicorn Overlord. That came out and I'm super interested in it. It's I can't remember whether it's like Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem, but it looks really good. And I picked up a disc copy for like $30 on sale a ways back, and I want to play it. I'd love to play it on stream, but I may have to just play it for myself.
Yep. We are robust now.
Who in chat has played Unicorn Overlord? How is it?
Including the stage we're on, we've got 4 stages to go.
Nice.
I mean, technically it looks like 5, but one of them is 2,000 plus, and you only need 2,000 to actually, complete it.
Yeah. I have not played Unicorn Overlord, and it doesn't look like anyone in chat has either. And the name sounds familiar, though. I've heard some positive buzz about it.
Yeah. There was an interesting exchange where anti-localization weebs were complaining about Unicorn Overlord's localization and submitting their own super bland translations of the original Japanese. And it was so annoying that the actual director of Final Fantasy Tactics came out and said, no, you're stupid. This is a good localization, and localization is necessary for a game translated into other languages to be good.
Yeah. And like the one line that they were complaining about the most, like it was as sure as the sun will rise, your so and such will happen. They were like, I don't know why they made the comments were like, I don't know why they made this so flowery and poetic, and then came up with a bland option. Turns out the original line was in Japanese a quote from a classic Japanese poem. Like, oh no, I don't know why they decided to make this poem poetic. Take
localization. You take the reference that the other culture would not understand, and you turn it into something that they would.
Well, I don't really follow what idiots on the internet are doing all that often because, like, yeah, they're idiots on the internet. Yeah.
I care about what idiots on the internet say when somebody dunks on them in a funny way.
Yeah.
And this was funny. The actual director of Final Fantasy Tactics came out and said, no, you guys are idiots.
Explain how to do a translation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to repair my gear.
Well, yeah, everybody does. We've been hitting them pretty hard. There's a a mender somewhere. Yeah, there's a mender.
There's a mender right here. In here, I think? Yes. Here. That's tool supplier and mender.
Hello. I like how they look up at us. God, you would not believe one of the mounts I got. I can't tell you about it, but you would not believe it.
I've seen the mount. It's like it's some of the setting changes you go through in Dawn Trail are a little jarring. Like you start the expansion, you get a feel for the vibe of the new location where we go to. And then it takes a couple of turns, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh God, Alkia is talking about like filling up your anime or game with chans and kuns and sans is not good. Like that comes off so stupid sounding in English. Because in English you don't have that kind of honorific. To replicate the tone of the honorific, you use tone and formality or informality of language. You don't tack on Japanese honorifics because they sound dumb in English.
Yeah, it's one of the things one of the few things I complain about with Persona.
Yeah.
But and also like if a lot of fan subs show their lack of understanding of how honorifics work when they add honorifics to lines that didn't have them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Bob points out a good thing. Is that, like, Persona, like, it's okay because like the Persona games are like very Japanese. Like if you're looking at like a show or a property that's like in Japan and very Japanese, and like translating the honorifics is maybe a little justified.
Yeah, it's more justified in Persona than it would be in an anime set in like a fantasy world like Frieren or whatever. I don't even know if the Frieren translation does that, but hopefully it doesn't. I should watch Frieren. I hear it's good.
It certainly does not. Yeah, I'm not even sure they use Japanese honorifics in Japanese in Frieren, now that you mention it. I don't remember.
Yeah, like Also, it really annoys me when you get fan translations that refuse to translate words because they think, oh, they've got special meanings. Like the amount of fans.
All of the arguments about the word Nakama.
Yes. It's like they're like, it really doesn't mean that much in Japan. It just means like a close-knit group.
Yeah.
It's basically found family the word.
You could translate Nakama as best friends, and it would work. Like, and with it might sound a little dopey to like say best friends instead of friends, but
well, in example in One Piece, crew.
Yeah.
It is literally being used as the word crew in Japan.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, there you go. Which is fun because that's what it's a pirate crew. They're the pirate crew.
Yeah.
So you call them the pirate crew.
I didn't know people die when they are killed.
That translation, that was like the meme.
Yeah.
Back when I was in anime back in the day.
From what I understand, it actually makes sense in context because it's like a layer of death, like it's a video game reality or something.
I believe it's the guy's effect. Ott was explaining it to me a while back. I believe effectively, like the guy had like some layer of semi-immortality and was giving it up to because of not being, especially natural and the like, and in order to help people.
Oh, it is absolutely supposed to be funny in context too, but. Yeah.
Let's see. What else has been going on lately? Saw Furiosa. That movie was great.
Oh, nice. I hear it's not doing well box office wise.
Yeah, it's not, which is sad because it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It also has one of the few. It has one of the very few "We're Not So Different, You and I" speeches I've ever heard that like actually hits, which is a kind of special thing. It was like, how that goes, right? Like the villain says, "We're not so different, you and I," and like every time they say that, it's just like, shut up. But like, no, this time, like, dude actually kind of has a point. And so it actually, like, hits when he says the thing.
You enjoyed the killing, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's not over, Snake. Not
but
yet.
Remember, the Warrior of Light has never killed a Sabian.
Yeah, me and Ott were making jokes about that as we went through Dawn Trail as well.
Okay. We have vigorous etheric activity.
Nice.
Ooh.
So that puts us in the 1400 to 1600 thing, so we are 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah, 3 stages to go.
Oh, Korra reverses the "We're Not So Different" speech where Korra gives it to the villain? Ooh, that's really cool.
What?
Melena's saying in chat that Korra in Legend of Korra gives a "We're Not So Different" speech to the villain.
Does that that's like Korra gives the villain the "We're Not So Different" speech at the very I think she does that to the final villain. Korra had different villains every single season, and Korra literally gives a "We're Not So Different" speech to like get the villain to realize, hey, maybe I fucked up being a villain here.
Hot take: Korra was better than Aang's series.
I haven't seen it.
Most of Korra hate seems to be sexism anyway.
It's
like
Korra has higher highs, but it also has lower lows than Aang's series. Is the thing. So that's like a tough call for me.
Yeah, the hate that Korra gets is incredibly contradictory. Like people complain, oh, she's an undefeatable Mary Sue, and also she's really weak and keeps struggling. Like,
yeah.
What?
Well, like that's the thing is that like she's definitely not like she loses a lot is kind of the thing.
She has to go through physical therapy.
Yeah, like literally, like actually, like literally, like things you don't even normally see in fantasy, where like she loses a fight and is like out of commission for months. Like that's just kind of like a reality of combat that you rarely see in fiction, and it happens in Korra.
Damn.
So Korra, like, have you seen any of Korra lore?
I watched like the first episode or something.
Okay.
Didn't really.
Well, yeah, because like the first episode is kind of where a lot of the hate stems from, I think, because Korra is intentionally made to be the opposite of Aang.
Yeah, she's kind of an asshole, and like she's an asshole on purpose, but she's still an asshole.
Yeah, and like her like getting over that is like kind of the main.
It's a character arc.
Like break the haughty is definitely a trope she goes through.
Yeah, break the haughty is like if we had to describe Korra's character arc in one trope, it would be that. And so like whereas
her initial character arc, after that she loses a lot of her confidence and has to rebuild it from scratch.
Yeah.
Honestly, she's a lot like Alphina.
A little bit, but like I'm gonna stick to the Aang comparison because that's like the more immediate one, which is that like, you know, Aang starts off, you know, very spiritual, he's very pacifist, very you know, like you can kind of just like go down the list of Aang's major character traits, and Korra's the opposite, you know, pacifist versus scrappy. Korra is very naturally talented, bending the elements, whereas Aang takes a while to pick up anything except airbending, etc., etc. And so like that put people off because a lot of people like Aang because Aang is a great character, you know, like let's not front about it, he's a great character. And so like a lot of people were just initially put off of Korra being so different, but then, you know, she goes on her avatar journey and becomes like a good, worthwhile avatar, and that's kind of the whole point of the show. But then season 2 is a real stinker. That's like actually a problem.
Also, random fact: Avatar: The Last Airbender series is renamed Avatar: The Legend of Aang in Europe, or at least in the UK, because Bender here.
Yeah, some unfortunate slang. Yeah.
It means gay.
Actually, that reminds me. I had an interaction with my other British friend. Yeah. That reminds me. I had an interaction with a British friend, and I wanted to see if I get the same reaction here. Di, were you aware that in America, I can purchase a gallon of chocolate milk?
A gallon?
Yep. Ooh, finally something about America you're intrigued by.
So yeah, but yeah, like I was talking to my friend about like buying some milk, and they were like, why do you have chocolate milk by the carton? I'm like, we have it by more than the carton. I could get a gallon if I wanted to.
Elkia for slang Bender in Europe means gay, which must make hearing Americans talk about going on a bender very awkward. Because here it's getting drunk, like blackout drunk as a nighttime social activity.
That's just called going to pub.
Yeah.
Like, Brits drink a hell of a lot more than Americans do.
Yeah.
Despite the stereotypes,
unless you're in Wisconsin.
Like there are many tales of Americans from places that are in America famous for drinking a lot, coming to the UK and not being able to comprehend just how much we casually drink.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a good question. What is Bender called in Futurama in Europe?
He's also Bender.
Yeah.
They didn't change his name.
Yeah, renaming a main character like that would be a bit of a struggle. They also still call the bending in Avatar, and it's just minimal.
Yeah, US. They're still the airbenders, waterbenders, etc. But at the same time, how would you ask to borrow a cigarette from someone?
Oh, let's not use that word on stream, please. I'm gonna put a sharp ban on that.
Okay, but what? At the same time,
we would say bum, but we would not use the same word. We would say bum a cigarette.
Okay. Yeah, it becomes a little bit obscene by American standards.
Yeah. Because the word originally means a bundle of lumber that you burn. Which I believe is the etymology for the word being used for cigarette.
Because it kind of looks like a little stick, so there you go.
Oh yeah, that's not only is it the etymology of the word cigarette, it is also the etymology of the insult for gay people because it was originally believed to be a taint that could only be purified by fire, so people would be run through with red hot pokers.
Ugh.
Yeah. Barbaric.
History. All right, let's talk about something nicer than this.
Anything else?
Anything else?
I started this conversation with chocolate milk. Why did you take the conversation here?
I don't know how they ended up here either.
You did it. You. This is all you.
Look, I am autistic enough to have that very ADHD trait of how the hell did I get here in a conversation. Train of thought.
Literally just you bringing shit up.
Actually, no, that one came out of the Bender.
Yeah, that came out of the Bender discussion, which I believe actually was started by you, Minda.
Well, I haven't.
Wait, was that started by Minda? Actually, it might have been offering that fact. Yeah.
I think I brought up Avatar in general, but maybe I was the one who started the Avatar discussion, but I did not bring up different definitions of Bender.
Anyway, we're bringing down the vibe, kids. Let's talk about something else.
Oh God, I'm just thinking of that Simpsons clip where they're talking about how Richie Rich died and became Casper. I was just like, kids, could you lighten up a bit?
I also saw Inside Out 2, which was very good.
Yeah, that is the fastest billion-dollar animated movie of all time, apparently.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it was doing that well in theaters.
Oh yes, some of it is the rebound from COVID, but making that much money when people kind of broke the theater-going habit during COVID is wild.
Yeah.
Apparently, Disney is running out of merch for it, according to Count Bob.
Yeah, it is also just that good, I think.
Which is a little startling to me because the general consensus on the internet, even from people who are generally generous about Disney films, was that it was going to be cringe and dumb.
I think those people weren't. No, I knew this movie was going to be great from the first teaser trailer. And I think everybody who was expecting it to be cringe or fail or whatever just had no faith, or were just or maybe they've just been burned by the recent output of Disney stuff. Because
there has been a long stretch of bad Disney films.
Yeah, it's not even bad. Worse than bad is the mediocre stuff, Wish.
Yeah, stuff just boring.
Yeah, the Relic exhibits intense etheric activity. Soul attunement draws near.
Sick. And Milena has to go, it seems.
Milena had to go?
Yeah, Milena could not stay for the whole stream, and it looks like she's up against her time.
Okay.
That's a shame.
Thanks for hanging out, Milena.
Always happy to have you.
Bye bye. Yep, happy to have you. We're gonna finish this in like probably the next run or two.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, I knew Inside Out was going to be great from the first teaser trailer, where like, because that first teaser trailer was just the scene where Anxiety shows up, right? Have you seen this trailer?
I think I did ages ago.
Probably.
But yeah, it's the trailer is just like, you know, it's inside Riley's head. All the emotions are like sleeping, and then they're like, wait, what's going on? Alarms are going off. Something's happening. And then like one of the little like brain dudes who like works in there goes, it's like, oh, we got someone new coming in, and they're like, what? What do you mean that we have a new emotion coming in? And then this little orange girl comes up and says, hello, I'm Anxiety. And I'm just like, oh, this is going to be perfect.
That is why I didn't have any faith in the movie, because as somebody who's got crippling anxiety disorders, I had no faith that anyone was going to depict them respectfully.
Also, it feels strange to have anxiety be listed as its own emotion when it's more like a combination of the other ones, which is the entire point of the ending.
There is that, and like, it's...
I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I hear it's really fucking well handled. But
it is very well handled, but like, I mean, like, that was always like, I mean, that was kind of like baked into the original thing. It's like, well, I mean, yeah, these are the emotions, but like, aren't human emotions more complex than that? And also like, wouldn't fear and anxiety just sort of be the same emotion? But like, whatever. That's kind of getting into the nitty-gritty. Like,
yeah.
That's kind of like thinking about the concept too much, I think. Like,
yeah. Also,
this is a movie about personalized emotions and characters. So
also part of the lesson of the first movie was that that the core emotions were both helpful and hindering, and I can't think of how anxiety is going to be not hindering.
Low level anxiety about having about something you need to succeed at can be helpful, but if it's uncontrolled, that's where it's detrimental.
Yeah, I don't want to just spoil the ending of the movie, but like but like anxiety is much more an emotion that needs to be managed and not what's the word I'm looking for? Fed.
Yeah.
In the finale of the movie, so. Like, yeah, no, they know what they're doing with anxiety as a character. Oh wait, did we do it?
Not yet. Not yet. We're intense. We've still got to go through extreme and bursting. Well, we've still got to go through intense and extreme to get to bursting.
Yeah, the fact that anxiety is apparently handled very well makes me want to see the movie.
Yeah.
I'll give it a watch when it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, and that's a good thing about Disney Plus, is that everything ends up there eventually.
Yeah, I'm on my dad's account.
Yeah.
Still can't
get the next movie coming out I'm looking forward to, probably Deadpool.
I still gotta watch Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2 was pretty good.
I'm interested in Sonic 3.
Oh god, me too.
That's Christmas.
I'm a little concerned about the music, because they've said that they've revealed that the only Sonic Adventure 2 track they're going to be using is Live and Learn, and the guy who does the music for the Sonic movies,
he's very insulting towards Sonic music.
Yeah. Like, so why are they hiring him?
Hollywood looks down on video games.
Yeah.
Here's the really galling thing about him saying that you can't really translate video game music to movies, is that the Mario movie came out, And almost every piece of music in that wasn't an out-of-place pop song was riffs on Mario music. And it was all awesome.
Yeah, also, I believe there's, like, some cuts where they've shown that they were planning to not have all of that shit in, and the versions that they've shown are actually better without them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With the game-based music in them.
The only pop music you need is Jack Black singing Peaches.
Well, yeah.
Now, that was inspired casting, though.
Yeah.
So, here's the million-dollar question. For a hypothetical voiced Bowsette, do you get Jack Black or Anya Taylor-Joy?
That's a tough question. Like, I can see both opinions. Jack Black could do it, is the thing. Well, no, and like I have a specific reason for saying that is because I don't know if you saw the new Jumanji movie with Jack Black in it.
Oh yeah, like he's playing a teenage girl in Jack Black's body, right?
Yes, correct. And
I hear he's the best part of the film.
He is definitely one of the best parts of the film, yeah. But like the premise of the new Jumanji movies is that like these teenagers get isekai'd into a video game, and yeah, like Jack Black is playing the teenage girl who ends up playing the bumbling Jack Black, the bumbling jungle researcher who looks like Jack Black.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he could bring Bowsette energy to a role. We have seen it happen.
Yeah, like the thing about Jack Black is that people write him off as this goofy comedy guy, but he's got real acting chops.
Yeah.
Like, he is legitimately a great actor. So and he throws himself into every role.
Oh, yeah.
Bear with me. Like, now, I'm not a fan of this actor as a person, but the comedic value of Bowsette Bowser putting the crown on, getting a beautiful body as Bowsette, and the voice that comes out is just Roseanne Barr.
Oh, that would be awful. I disapprove of this assertion you've made, and I'm going to wipe it from my memory.
Brilliant. That is exactly what I was hoping for.
So, like, in Jumanji, does Jack Black put on, like, a teenage girl voice coming out of Jack Black's vocal cords?
No,
is he higher pitched? Does he pitch his voice up or something?
Not really. He just, like, does, like, the teenage girl intonation.
Ah, gotcha.
And there's, like, yeah. And, like, of course, he also has to, like, move like a teenage girl when, like, walking around.
Yeah.
Like, there's a scene where the Jack Black is the popular girl, and there's also the nerdy girl, of course, because all of these teenagers are stereotypes. There's the nerdy girl, the nerdy guy, the popular girl, and the jock. Like, that's it. These are your characters. And, like, there's a scene where the nerdy girl is asking the popular girl for tips, but of course it's Jack Black, teaching Karen Gillian how to like be a hot girl.
Yeah. Oh, that is conceptually hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, that's delightful. I really should see that movie.
Yeah.
You know what movie's probably bad that I still want to see? The new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I've heard it's... I've heard actually nothing about it, I'll be completely honest.
Did it come out? I think it came out.
It came out, yes.
It came out and nobody talked about it, which says it's probably...
Few people saw it, I'm sure. I the only one hitting this thing? Come on.
I killed it.
Okay.
When I noticed nobody else was hitting it, I killed it.
Yeah, I did I hit like I did like 80. I erased 90% of its health bar. I was like, someone's behind me will hit it, surely.
But yeah, like I actually liked Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like I recognize the problems with the film, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good Ghostbusters film.
Oh yeah, I heard that it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, and I really, really want to see Frozen Empire because I love Ghostbusters. You know.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that Ghostbusters 1 is the greatest American comedy ever made.
I'm not really a huge fan.
What?
I'm not really a huge fan. Like, I never got into it.
Cat Bob says Frozen Empire is okay.
Yeah. Well, because Frozen Empire. The only reason I remember it came out is because it came out right about the same time as Godzilla vs. Kong. And that movie was so dumb, but it was a lot of fun.
My favorite part of the hype surrounding Godzilla vs. Kong is the reaction from Japanese Godzilla fans.
Yeah.
Which was, collectively, dumbest movie we've ever seen, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. That's an accurate assessment of the movie.
It's so silly and fun and stupid that it makes people cheer up on bad days, is the consensus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most recent movie I've seen is Alien.
Like the original?
Yeah.
Huh, how'd you like it?
It was pretty good. A bit of a slow burn to start with, but
yeah.
Alien is a roller coaster in the classical we build up for an hour and then send you down sense.
Yeah, it got good. It got good when when the attention and the paranoia started to seep in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Count
Bob is positing a new film for greatest American comedy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which is a strong contender.
I actually haven't seen that one.
I saw it at some point. I've definitely watched it as part of like a, I went through like a film snob phase where I was like, I'm going to watch all of the classic movies, and that was definitely one of them. And yeah, it's a good one. Cool.
I've not heard of it.
It's like up like the 50s. It's a pretty old movie. It's like 50s or 60s, I think. Yeah. It's kind of it's the classic it's the classic road race. It's the classic road trip race movie where like a bunch of different people are trying to. It's if you've ever seen a movie where the plot is a bunch of people are in a race to get from one side of the country to the other. It was probably inspired by Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, before I watched Alien, the only Alien.
I might think of something different. Oh yeah, I might be thinking of It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, which is another one of those types of movies.
Yeah. Before I watched Alien the other week, the only Alien franchise movie I'd actually seen was Alien Covenant.
Oh, you poor bastard! You didn't even watch Prometheus first?
No. I went to see it with my best mate, and it was so funny.
I like how Alec Will was able to correctly identify the movie I was thinking of, even though I was completely off base.
It's
Oh, that's right. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is John Candy and Steve Martin. That's a good one. That's an amazing movie.
But yeah, I had to stifle laughter while watching Aliens Covenant because there's that scene in the med bay where like they slip on the blood and they get their foot caught in the door. It's like, oh my god, is this supposed to be horror? It's so funny.
Yeah, I hear Alien Covenant was really bad. Prometheus was also really
the same way, where there are a lot of scenes in Prometheus that are supposed to be horrifying, but everybody's so stupid it's just comedic.
I will say though, the most of the movie is bad and not scary, but the C-section scene is among the best horror in the franchise.
Yeah, that one's great.
Are you guys okay with me spoiling the ending for Covenant?
No, go for it.
Sure.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not going to watch that.
Right. It turns out the reason why the aliens are white in Prometheus and black in the rest of the series is that an evil android genetically modified them as a part of experiments to try and create like an ultimate species thing. So this evil android explains what he's done to them to the main characters. Like they're now like the ultimate killing machine. Just being anywhere near them at all would be very you die horribly. By the way, here's the egg of one. Would you like to get nice and close to this egg of this creature that I have programmed to kill you? And the guy's like, okay, leans his face towards it and gets face hugs. It's like,
that's so stupid.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
I think the only alien movies that are worth watching are Aliens, and weirdly, Alien vs. Predator, the first one.
Oh yeah.
I actually like the first Alien vs. Predator.
My first ever experience with the Alien franchise actually was a PlayStation 1 game that came with my PS1, Alien Trilogy.
Huh. I hear that's actually pretty good.
It actually was pretty good. I don't appear to have it anymore though.
But yeah, Alien is like Terminator, and that only the first two films
probably
are good.
one of the Alien vs. Predator video games, one of the old Capcom games.
Well,
I remember seeing those in the arcade back in the day.
Fair. But yeah,
back when arcades were a thing.
I still remember one of the cheat codes. It was in Leet Speech, but it was I got pink acid boots on. And it made you invincible.
Well, here's the question more. Have you seen Young Frankenstein? Actually, we made one of my D&D friends watch that movie recently.
That's the Gene Wilder one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, that's Mel Brooks and Gene Wilder, yeah.
Yeah, Mel Brooks is a genius. Okay, here's what I did not know was a hot take until recently. I like Spaceballs.
I like Spaceballs. And me and the Sunday stream group they have movie nights twice a week. So I've been watching a lot of movies that I've never watched before because I didn't grow up with many friends to show me movies. So my movie history is very limited. So I've been.
Let's check our glow, by the way.
Yeah, I'm checking.
Yeah, I was about to.
I checked before this one. We were in Extreme, so we are close.
We are in Extreme. Okay, and
so one or two more runs will get us there.
Yeah, we had a Mel Brooks month, and so I got to see Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs, and what was the other one?
Men in Tights.
Yes, Men in Tights.
That's another good one.
Unlike
some Robin Hoods, I can actually speak with a British accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Men in Tights is really good.
Yeah. There was also Dracula Dead and Loving It, but I ended up missing that week.
Yeah, and that's also not one of the well-regarded ones. Like when you're talking about the greatest Mel Brooks movies, that one never comes up.
Which one?
Yeah. Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yeah.
My vote didn't win, but my vote was for the original producers. I've seen the remake, but I've not seen the original.
Yes, Count Bomb, I think Ghostbusters is better than Young Frankenstein. Young Frankenstein is really fucking good, but Ghostbusters is, in my opinion, better.
Yeah, El Kilo is talking about their pet peeve with Alien vs. Predator is that it does the Ancient Aliens pyramid thing.
Yeah, that part was stupid.
Yeah,
that part's stupid.
I think the strength of Alien vs. Predator is the same as the strength of Godzilla vs. Kong. It's dumb, it's fun, it's really cool, and it's a good time. That's my opinion of.
Yeah. Well, actually, I watched the latest Transformers movie, whichever one it was. I don't fucking remember the name of it. But in the most recent Transformer movie, they explicitly don't do the Ancient Aliens thing. because like there's a bit where which is also great because like the Michael Bay Transformers movies also went hard on the Ancient Aliens bullshit, which one of the not the biggest problem with those movies, but definitely one of them. But in the new Transformers movie, there's a scene where they're going to see like this indigenous people who are familiar with Transformers because their ancestors dealt with Transformers because, whatever, Transformers have been hiding here forever. And like one of the characters literally asked, "So wait, did Transformers build the pyramids or something?" And Optimus Prime is like, "No, humans did that yourselves."
Yeah, it's like everybody acting like, look at all these different pyramids around the world. There must be some link. Like, yes, there is a link. It's that putting smaller layers on top of bigger layers makes things, surprisingly enough, pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Mel Brooks, have you ever seen people defending their shitty actions by saying, "I grew up watching Mel Brooks movies"?
Yeah, that's a whole.
Yeah, because me having now seen some Mel Brooks movies, I'm just like, wow!
You missed the point. Yeah, you missed the point.
Like, in literally all of them, you guys are the bad guys!
Yeah, like, especially Blazing Saddles. I haven't seen Blazing Saddles, but I know this by, like, osmosis. Red Hats are the bad guys in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, big time.
And let's not go into modern American politics, but I'll just say that.
Yeah. Like literally, you're the people getting shot in Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, they're actually ironically right that Blazing Saddles couldn't get made today because they wouldn't let it be.
Yeah,
it's like I saw someone point out a similar thing where like the Kyoshi Warrior episode on Avatar would be a lot harder to make today. Because like, oh, we're cross-dressing and not making fun of people for it. We are acknowledging that women can be strong. That you can't have that. That's bullshit in this fan.
In fact, it's very much to the point where they did in the live-action Avatar series. They removed Sokka's sexism, which is
stupid. Like that's his character arc.
That's his character arc. Yeah, I mean.
Like, it's supposed to be unpalatable to the audience. It's a bad thing that he needs to get over. If you like Sokka's sexism, you're the problem.
Yeah. Well, like, this is one of those, like, media literacy is dead conversations, where there are countless examples of people just not getting it.
Yeah. Alright, where are we at?
Gonna be close. We're not there yet.
Think like 2 or 3 more? Oh, no, yeah, it just says almost complete, almost complete. I thought it said complete for a second.
Yeah, it'll be fairly obvious when it's done. What else is new?
Yeah, I will say though about less modern politics. It is obviously completely inconsequential and irrelevant to what the man did, but it is so fascinating that Adolf Hitler ruined 2 perfectly serviceable names and 1 perfectly serviceable mustache forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he erased those and their meanings and associated characteristics from the public culture and replaced them with association with him.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mean before Hitler, that was the Charlie Chaplin mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, look at the reaction people get when they find out the origin of the name Adidas.
What?
What's
Adidas.
the origin of the name of Adidas?
Adidas.
Nope, it's Adidas because it was the founder was called Adolf Dassler. Adidas.
Yeah, in America we pronounce it Adidas.
Well, in America we are apparently wrong.
Not rare.
Ruined armbands as well.
Nobody knew what you were talking about until I translated for them. Nobody in chat, that is.
Yeah, Count Bob says ruined armbands as well. Yeah, outside of Japan, armbands are associated with the Nazis now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter what color they are or what use they have. It's just like armbands are... Yeah.
Before the Nazis, didn't, like, even American reporters have those armbands?
Oh, sure. Like, it's a perfectly serviceable, like, demarcation for a uniform.
Being in the press, yeah.
Soul Attunement complete!
And they, like, in Japan, they, like, still use them for, like, schools.
Yeah, hence the cease band on Persona 3.
Yeah, I am pretty sure that the weird shoulder pauldron that they replaced that with, in the marketing and at some point in the story, is because of the associations the West has with those armbands. I'm pretty sure that's self-censorship.
Also, the less said about what the Nazis did to the poor Monji, the better.
Ruined that too, yeah.
I have to unequip it to...
Yep.
So you have to unequip it and then go to Novus Enhancement.
Once the soul energy within your relic is attuned, present it to me. I shall remove its coating of soul glaze, that its newfound power might be unleashed. Stardust Rod. Ah, yes, the telltale humming of power, yearning to be set free. I scarcely require a zodiac glass to see that your weapon's soul energy is now fully attuned.
Yeah, neither did we. This big writing saying soul attunement complete showed up.
I choose to believe that popped up in the Warrior of Light's vision because of the echo.
Ooh, that's a fun glow. Look at this.
The words just crashed through the ceiling, completely diegetically.
Yeah. The one, actually, no, there is one bit of the UI that I imagine is kind of diegetic to, like, what the Warrior of Light experience is.
The ground
it's the Blue Mage Spellbook.
Oh, the Blue Mage Spellbook.
Like, that's one bit that, like, I have a hard time picturing the Blue Mage Spellbook. I have a hard time imagining that looking like anything except what we see in the UI, because, like, how the fuck else would this shit be organized? I don't know.
Yeah.
The soul glaze coating has served its purpose. The time is right for it to come off. This will take but a moment. It is done. Your weapon has awakened to its latent potential. Take it up once more and feel its newfound power course through you. Okay, so question. There are some GDQ things for the finale. I want to start watching the finale of Games Done Quick around 5 o'clock. Is the next step of the Relic grind doable within the next hour?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I think so.
Okay.
The next step is just running around collecting things.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it then.
Yeah, okay. I just need a very quick bathroom break first.
Oh yeah, I should take a break too. We've been going for 3 hours.
Look at your staff first.
Stardust Rod Nexus.
Okay, I'll get mine out so you can see that as well before I go.
Oh wow, that is blinding.
There you go. That's mine.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh, yours does not have a ring. That's weird.
Mine has
Hey,
rings.
yours has a ring too.
Does it?
Does it? I don't see
Does
any.
dice? I don't see any rings on yours.
That's because I've not actually equipped it. 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm like, that does not look like the... Yeah.
Here's
Yeah,
the
1 minute.
staff I want you to see. Pulls out a completely different staff.
Let's try that again. There we go.
There's the
There we
ring.
go.
Now I'm going for that bathroom break. Be right back.
Cool.
All right,
I'll
bye.
be back in a few minutes myself.
Alright.
Minda, we're abandoning you to the mercy of chat.
Yeah, I'll keep them safe and entertained for the moment. Yeah. Also, I assume the Elquia has a good headcanon. It's almost impossible to lose money in the Gold Saucer because of the Echo. I like that headcanon. That's a fun one. Because, like, we do hear it, because when you run around the Golden Saucer, like, you do, like, see and hear people talking about, it's like, oh, no, I lost big in the thing, and I lost all my savings. And, like, that's something that literally can't happen to players, so... Ow, okay. That's fun. I like that. Uh-oh. I don't have enough shit for this next step. Whoops. Mm-hmm.
I have returned.
Hello.
You are no longer at the mercy of the chat. You are at the mercy of me. How are you doing?
Doing good. Also realizing I will not be able to finish this relic today because I don't have enough elegant tomestones.
Oh, how many do you need?
800.
Okay. How many you got?
380.
I see.
So, well, if we also have to run a bunch of dungeons, which I realize is going to take more than an hour, so we might not be able to finish this step today after all.
We can get as far as we can get, though.
Yeah, we can get as far as we can get. And also, if Laura's willing to run a little long, we can finish it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can. I still need to get those tomestones.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's going to take me like an MSQ roulette and like a level 50 dungeon to get there. But yeah, well, it is what it is. I can do that in my own time easily enough.
I mean, the good news is you can do everything except the spring water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I bought the Bombard cores already because like we told Lord to do that a while ago.
I believe I also got the spring water. Let me check. Yeah. I search secret. Oh no, I didn't apparently, but I do have enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give them to you myself, but I can't.
Yeah, they're untradeable.
Wait, oh no, it's like, wait, there's the thing where you can transfer the higher, the retired tomestones for the poetics, and I was like, but you won't have any of the retired ones because we're not level 90.
Yeah.
Hey, back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yo.
So, gotta talk to Gelzon. Wherefore
So
art thou?
I realize there are a couple obstacles. We will not be able to finish this step today, but we will be able to make some good progress.
Okay, what are the obstacles? Oops, I forgot to shut off my AC
one obstacle
unit.
is that I don't have enough polemics, and so we would have to run like a couple MSQ dungeons. So we're not going to do that right now, but we'll do what we can do.
25. Okay.
We'll do what we can do.
Wherefore art thou, Zodiac? Lore, come, tell me, how fares your relic? Splendid, splendid. Why, I dare say our efforts with soul energy have been well worth it. God, where can the relic go graphically from here? It's already blinding. Is it just going to be solid white glow in my hands by the time we're done with it?
Oh, you'll see.
I suppose this is when I ordinarily reveal my next grand plan for further enhancing your relic. It shames me to say that I have none to share.
Apparently he's running the same thing, wondering the same thing.
Not for a lack of thought, though. I have revisited each step of your journey, starting with the relic's initial infusion of Thavnarian mist. From there, I have considered your painstaking collection of crystallized souls, and how each of the 12 varieties of Atma were infused into your relic thereafter. I have reflected on asking you to walk in the footsteps of the Zodiac Braves, and how you... Okay, so this stage happened with a patch, where they had to remind everybody what happened.
Yeah.
And how you absorbed the light of slain souls into your relic. And did not such efforts yield a mightier weapon still? Indeed they did, as did using a sphere scroll to imbue your relic with the fortifying strength of materia made into light.
Honestly, this entire process has just been us gluing for various forms of ether to our stick magically.
Well, it glows enough to show that. Finally, I have dwelt upon our application of soul glaze so that all the energies became aligned with the weapon. By my estimations, you now hold an arm of unparalleled soul attunement because of it. It has been quite the winding road we've walked, but we have traversed it with success. And I would perfect your relic, no matter how long it takes. Yet, well, as I said, I have done all I can think to do. The soul within your relic must be close to that of the arm of legend I desire to recreate. But what comes next? Mayhap the nature of the soul in your relic is lacking? No, that cannot be. Please, Lord, do not mistake my pessimism for a lack of will. I simply lack for a way. I am at wit's end, unable to see the forest for the trees, as it were. Although I am certainly not without allies, what if Gerald holds the answer to this particular conundrum? I can't say I relish the notion, but it would be thoughtless to dismiss the man's curious expertise. Could I ask you to approach him in my stead, Lore? You have convinced a man to lend us his aid before. Perchance you can do so again. Well, I'll promise him he can get one over on you, and that works. If you're here for your kettle, it ain't ready. Takes time to get the texture just right, you can? Oh, for the love of the gods, it's you! Does your yearning for punishment know no bounds? Or is it just that yonder old coot can't get enough of me sparkling personality? Huh, so you're both still foundering over that relic of yours? Well, I do owe Jalzahn a debt for that wine. I have a mind to help. Who knows, might be as there's another bottle or 3 of fiery liquor in it for me if I do. Back and forth across the glen. Oi, Jalzahn! For all the time you spent burying your beak in mouldy books, how is it you're always lost as for what to do with the bleeding relic? Oh, well, never fear. I'm here to bail you out of your predicament. The way I see it, you're trying to better a weapon what can't be improved anymore. We've just made the thing into the bleeding picture of perfection. No amount of spit and polish will make it any finer. I suppose I know what you say to be true, but I cannot help but feel there is something more still to be done to realize its potential. I wish there were, seeing as restoring that bloody relic is some of the finest work I've ever done. But if you mean to remake a legendary arm like what the Zodiac Braves wielded, well, you can't do it with this. The weapons are just different, down to the very smithing. And if this relic can never become... Has my work been for naught? I must return to my research then. Mayhap I will find a clue on some forgotten page. A clue, you say? A clue that unlocks a forgotten way to forge steel? 7 hells, old man. That sounds bleeding interesting. Oh, wow. I said that with the wrong tone of voice because I thought he was being sarcastic at first. Here, let me take a look at a book or two. Can't very well call myself the best smithy in the land if there's a technique neath the sun I don't know, can I? Your skill is not in doubt, Gerald, but precious few descriptions of the Arms of Legend's appearances remain, and accounts of their fashioning are fewer still. Even this, my most comprehensive tome, holds but snippets. It would take a genius to understand it. Are you saying he's not a genius, Jalzan? Can't you remember who you're talking to, old man? If the greatest weaponsmith in all the realm can't figure it out, no one can. Let's give it a read. Well, blow me down. This is some bleeding brilliant smith in what's written here. Me finest kettle work pales in comparison. Gods, have a mind to try me hand at this. But, well, you are welcome to the techniques, but what of the materials? I dare say you cannot find the catalysts the ancients used for soul infusion in this age. Simply put, we cannot just recreate a legendary arm. Might be as you've a point there. Given the right stuff and a picture, I could fashion a fair likeness of a Zodiac Brave's arm, but I'm well buggered as to how you might infuse it with soul. I doubt Thavnarian Mist could do the job. The relic's infused with soul, then fortified with Atma, and spiced with materia made light. 7 hells, I've got it! What? Break out your strongest liquor, old man. There is a way to recreate an arm of legend. See, the relic's got the right bleeding soul energy. We just need to get that to ascend to a legendary host. Ascend the soul into a new host? My friend, should you but prove yourself here, I will sing your praises not only as the greatest weaponsmith of the realm, but the greatest of our era.
Was that diegetic?
I'll have you singing like a canary bud by the time I'm through. But let's not forget about Gerald's payment. A bottle or 3 of fiery liquor, eh?
Oh, don't worry, Alkia. I will make sure he picks that up.
Good. Now first we've to assemble a few raw materials. Just 'cause I have an inkling of how to forge an arm of legend, don't mean I know what it's supposed to look like. I'll need a tome what'll teach me about the original's appearance. Seeing as you've bartered for books by yourself in the past, I'll leave the finding of the bleeding thing to you. I've got no mind to be pecked by the harpies round Revenant's Toll. Next, we'll need something to forge the host. You're about as like to find what they used eras ago as I am to find sobriety, so we'll just have to use the next best thing, whatever that is. Aye, what we're looking for is the most versatile of materials what can be formed into anything. I've a feeling something like that can't be bought for all the gil in Eorzea, so you'll want to talk to a bloke what's wise in the ways of crafting and gathering. Now, if you can lay hands on that for the new host, then we've to deal with infusing it with soul energy. That means some mighty special form of materia, oh boy. Might be as I've an idea where we'll get our materia, so don't worry about that for now. Of course, I'm not certain how we'll infuse it with the host, seeing as this new materia is 100 times more powerful than ordinary gobs of the stuff. Could we not channel the energy of this highly potent materia into another sphere scroll? It is a method that has served us well in the past. Unless, of course, the materia is so powerful it would incinerate a standard sphere scroll. Is it even possible to contain such energy? I know little of sphere scrolls beyond that which you have shared with me. However, Master Mutamix and his disciples at the bonfire may have the answer. And we will need a catalyst for the materia's transformation to light. I suspect, however, that no ordinary Alexandrite will suffice this time. You would do best to seek a strange fellow styling himself a treasure hunter. I have heard he found an exotic stone, and I am certain the man, and those close to him, cannot be difficult to find. That's a pretty vague lead. You're to come straight back here when you've gathered all the bits and bobs together. As much as I thought I'd had enough of you, I know I can stand a little more. If it means seeing a real Arma legend come together, and the soul in your relic ascend.
He may be a silly old drunk, but he does still have the soul of the artist in there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, so
before we get going, I'm curious about something. Laura, check your inventory and see how many Morble triple triad cards you have.
I have not. Oh, I have 16.
I have 17.
Oh, and I have a Sahagan card.
Yeah, we picked that. We just got that one when we did our lunge toss to run. But yeah, those are the cards that drop in AV, and I realized I had a dozen of them, so I was like, anyway, Central Fanland first.
All right, lead the way.
Is one of our first locations. I like how confidently you said, it's like, I don't have any of those. Oh, wait, I have 17 of them.
I said I had 9, not none. Because that was the last number I saw when I counted them. Alright, Adkin?
Yep.
Method in his malice?
Yep.
Adkin's unwavering stare suggests he would have words with you. You! You were the one who's trafficked with Huberton in Sphere Scrolls, yes? Then stop moving towards him. I said stop moving! Perhaps you do not yet know me, but you will. Soon all will know Adkin, Master Mutamix's right hand. Now what is it you want? Sphere Scroll. I knew it! You came to sup of Huberton's knowledge without paying me any heed. Tut-tut, miss. No more, I say. Halliburton has milked your dealings enough. Today I shall fashion the scroll you seek, and gain Master Mutamix's respect in doing so. Now hush, I must think. Channeling materia of power beyond compare into an empty host. Tricky. Only an ink with an unholy level of ethereal conductivity would suffice. Ha! Huberton's beloved superior enchanted ink would combust, transferring such energy into a sphere scroll. What was it Halliburton's notes said? Something about the lines of kill the 4 kings, disfigured, imprisoned, unchained, and forgotten. Why? Ah, that's right, for their blood! Morbid. The answer, miss, is an ink distilled from blood. Yes, the blood of these so-called kings, which you will be harvesting. Now, your first target is the King Disfigured. I believe it can be found in the Wanderer's Palace. You're casually sending me out to kill Tonberries, huh? After everything we've been through with the Tonberries? I am unsure what it actually is, so I say slay anything that moves. Yes, the palace was once sacred ground, but neither the long dead of Nim nor myself care. Now go to your grisly task, and do not return without the blood. Alright, so I take it we're starting each of these quests? Oh, no, we're just going through the Wanderer's Palace.
We're just going to go.
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
yeah, there's... All these quests can kind of be done in any order, so we're just going to do things as they're presented.
Okay.
Because otherwise we're just going to be doing a lot of running back and forth for no reason.
Yeah,
Also, we don't need to have our relic weapons equipped for all of these dungeon runs. I'm going to have it equipped anyway because equipping and unequipping it sounds pointless.
Yeah. Also, like all of the enchanted inks use blood to as a magical reagent.
But this time we need the blood of kings, which is why we're killing the Tonberry King. But you want to be able to hit things harder. I'm equipping my main weapon.
Oh yeah. Alright, I'm in combat.
Oh yeah, you don't even need to do them on the job that accepted the quests. For the next ones, I could pick a DPS.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that'll make things go faster.
Huh.
Lamp oil. Rope. Arms.
It's 80 degrees out. It's fucking miserable.
Yeah.
I might take a dip in the pool between now and watching the GDQ finale slate.
You have a pool?
My housemate just put one in, yeah. It's an outdoor above-ground pool, but...
Huh.
Yeah. It's one of the ones... He bought it at Walmart. It's just one of those. The round, circular things.
Oh, like an inflatable one.
No, not inflatable.
Huh?
Right, I need... someone needs to actually pick up the lantern oil back here.
Oh.
Like, I've got a ghost Tonberry after me, so somebody has to, like, come
on
here.
my way.
Yeah, you
On
get
my
them,
way.
I'll wait here for this device.
Alright, lead him away.
So,
I got him.
Well, I don't want him aggroing onto me.
Just... Yeah, he's ignoring you. Go pick up the oil.
I'm way ahead of you.
Yeah, I know.
okay, is it the pool
Okay, yeah, we
kind
got the oil.
Is the pool kind of like the one that's in that Simpsons episode?
I have watched like 5 episodes of The Simpsons. I don't know what you're talking about.
Lord, use the device, for God's sake. You walked up to it, started to use it, and then walked away.
Hey.
Oh, Segferum, you're dealing with 92-degree weather? That's awful.
Yeah, I can't relate to the idea of having a pool without being like phantasmically rich.
I'll take a picture of it after the stream and send it to you.
Yeah.
He is
like
much richer than I am. He's making 6 figures as a Rocket League commentator, but...
Yeah. But yeah, it is possible to obtain a sizable backyard pool without, like, being ultra wealthy.
I can't imagine having the land to put one in without being ultra wealthy.
Oh yeah, there is that. that is an American thing.
It helps that we live in bumfuck nowhere, Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it incredible the amount of times an American's told me, oh, if it's really the cheapest way to get a house would be to buy land and build it yourself. I'm like, buy land? Cheap?
You were not able to force that gear onto me before you left, Minda, by the way. Thornberry King blood. Right, Adkin. Is the deed done, miss? Have you a vial of the King Disfigured's blood?
No, I'm not trying to reseal
yes,
the window.
Yes, exactly, Okia. Yes, yes, how disgusting. See how it oozes, miss? This viscosity means untold power. I shall begin to distill the essence from this blood. It's just clotting, man. And you will not trouble me with lackwit questions while I am at it. By which I mean, miss, that our cause will be better served if you make way to Copperbell Mines. It is home to Uranus, the king in prison. We seek its blood. Now leave me to my experiments, and I'll leave you to the slaying. Goodbye. I think finishing off the blood portion of this quest is where we'll finish today.
Sounds good. Yeah, honestly, I opened that chest because I wasn't sure if if I needed to get the blood.
Ah, gotcha.
And I did not, so it was a waste. But you know, whatever.
How wasteful of you. I need a Reaper Glamour.
Yeah.
I can't mimic my my Dyson one because that's a 5.3 dungeon.
Yeah.
I'm still reworking the mock-up, but I did get a quote. By the way, speaking of Reaper Glams and Minda's posing in the art, I did get a quote for the 3 characters in the art. All 3 of our characters. I have to save up $175 to make that shirt.
Right.
So donate to paypal.me/Loreweaver. And then Minda, Di, and I will be able to get matching shirts of our Final Fantasy XIV characters.
I don't think I can afford it, but... They're cool that they exist, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no, dude! Like, I get it. I'm going to spend like $20 plus shipping to get you the shirt myself.
Are you sure?
Well, how much is the shipping going to be for a shirt?
I don't know.
Like, the art I want because it's really cool. The fact that we can put it on a shirt is a bonus. I intend to get a poster printed of it and put it on my wall, but
that'd be fun.
The shirt thing is just that I want. I think it would be really cool to have each of us have a shirt of our characters together.
Yeah,
because we've got so much lore about them now.
Yeah. By the way, like, what kind of personality do you imagine for Bryn? Because
very patient. Bryn is kind of Lore's minder, sort of.
I also do kind of imagine him being the least forgiving towards enemies. What with, like, one, he's a male. He's a male Vieira, and 2, he's a Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine, like, Lord, like, if we're to come up against armies, Lord would throw a fireball, nuke half of it, and let the rest kneel before him. So before her. Whereas Bryn would just cut a line through them and walk off.
Now here's a question: was Bryn a Dark Knight before or before reaching Ishgard? Like, was Bryn always a Dark Knight in the lore of this playthrough, or?
Like, I imagine, like, the equivalent before getting the Soul Stone, like like a gladiator equivalent for a Dark Knight, like you'd have a Paladin.
Also, I think we established this, Minda, but is Zaminda's background a rogue then trained by the Doman ninjas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started out as a rogue in Limsa, met you guys, in that capacity. And has been traveling around with you all with these 2 buttons ever since.
Did you guys get the... Hang on.
Yeah, I got my blood.
It's not in my key items inventory yet.
You need to leave the dungeon.
Ah, okay. Ah, there we go. Right. Uranus's might is quite legendary. Are you certain you can handle the leader of the Hecaton Kyres? Way ahead of you, buddy. Yes, yes. Spending 3 centuries beneath the ground has imbued the Hecaton Kyres with unnatural vitality born of malice. I am astounded that you survived, in truth. Well, you don't know me, and that's why. We draw nearer and nearer to our goal. You have no qualms with drawing blood again, yes? Good. Then cross the Doxy's Pull to Hullbreaker Isle and kill the King Unchained. So I think Lore was a thaumaturge before reaching the thaumaturge's skills. I think the canon we're going to have is that Lore was never a lancer. Lore was always a thaumaturge.
Yeah.
And she, like, what do you think? Should she have been a thaumaturge and then met the Old People, or should she have joining the Thaumaturge's Guild at some point in the past, in her past?
Kind of depends on how old she is.
True.
Because if we're going with the assumption that she's, like, older, and, like, the start of the game is, like, not necessarily her first trip to Udal, like, that, you know, that makes sense.
Also, it's not like other cultures haven't developed parallel methods.
True.
So you may have been trained in like the Viera equivalent of thaumaturgy and became a black mage from that point.
We should really decide.
Gorilla won't let me through. There we go.
Well, yeah, because we had to kill all the enemies.
Yeah.
We should really decide if Bryn and Lore are fresh from leaving the jungle, or if they've been traveling around for a few years. Because there's pros and cons to both options.
Yeah. And there is a pretty big difference, just like as an attitude between like an older Viera and like a fresh off the boat Viera. I kind of think that Lore comes off as a younger Viera because of her enthusiasm for violence. Like
also if I will grab the stone tablets that were not. If you're fresh off the boat, so to speak, that also explains your ignorance to the well that you're learning about.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, we actually have to open these chests to find the mimics.
You go that way, I'll head forwards and kill the ones that way.
Okay.
You guys should see the claw motion I have to make with my hands to quickly pass on all the loot while moving.
Yeah, I got both the stone tablets.
Okay.
No, I got one.
Lore and I got.
Yeah, as in you got both the drops.
Yeah.
Because any of the Thor mimics can drop them.
Sojourn!
Love the Necromancer's dash forward.
Yeah, we really are just playing as the three. Our characters' mains, if yours is Reaper, really are just the three edgiest jobs possible.
The Darkness Bros.
Oh, actually, while we're here, I'm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got it, but nice. Oh well.
What are you going for?
There's a little pet in a little side.
Oh, the Naughty Nonka.
Yeah, you got it right.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Oh right, this guy.
Yeah, this.
Isn't this a super annoying fight?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because we gotta hop around and kill all 10 of the tentacles.
Yeah, like FF7 Remake Genova style.
A little bit, yeah.
On the bright side, we are one-shotting them. I'll wait on this platform if you go ahead, Tinder.
Good.
If we each take a platform. No point in moving away from the tornado, it won't do enough damage. Come on, where are your tentacles? There are none yet at the moment. There's only 2 left.
Yeah, this is the worst part, is waiting for the last 2. The last 2 always take a little while to spawn. Yep.
Oh god, it took so long, my enhanced.
Hey, one of them was next to me. Or not. Fuck.
He came over, knocked me on the ground before I could do anything, and then threw me. Got it.
Okay, 1 to go then.
Got the second one. Alright, there we go.
Kraken blood is blue, apparently.
Yeah. Actually, that's just a true thing.
Yeah?
Fair enough.
Like spiders.
What is that awful scent?
You know that.
Oh, it's you, and the stench of the Doxy's pull, I suppose.
And from its limbs did flow an ichor so foul, the stench of it did send my poor bosun overboard. Captain Jareth de Silva.
Ha! Have I lost my mind, or is this blood blue? Ugh! What a foul stench! Still, it ill suits an alchemist of my status to bemoan the odorous, and Master Mutamix will no doubt look on me with respect if I can transform this gunk into ink. Of course, all this rests upon you obtaining 4 kinds of blood. You must still slay the King Forgotten, miss. The sunken temple of Karn is where you are like to find it. Nothing is known of the blood's odor, but the substance itself is said to be full of magics. Why, I have even heard it can animate stone. Perhaps a walking statue is the King Forgotten. So it's time to wring blood from a stone.
Literally, yes. Pours it onto the leather worker's field floor. I might switch to Viper with Zaminda once we get to level 80. Because...
Can't make up your mind, huh? In character.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh.
Plus, it is kind of going back to his roots of being
Being a rogue, yeah.
Being a scouting character.
I think Viper's starting to be my favorite melee, which would probably make it my favorite DPS.
Yeah, I've not played it enough to make that call, but I have been enjoying it. That's what I've been playing with Viper.
I found out something a little funny today. There's one of the. It's just song names without any plot or spoilers or anything. So one of the Dawn Trail songs is called "Smile," and the singer for it sang the song "Scream." I was like, I'm glad she's found peace.
Having heard those songs, that's even funnier. Scream is probably my favorite boss theme in the game, just because it goes so hard. I think I've mentioned this to Laura on stream at some point, but like one of the lyrics in Scream is "Scream all you like, your gods can't hear you." like, I mean,
that is hard as fuck. I love it.
It's hard as fuck.
The other variation of it is a Alice in Wonderland reference as well. Scream all you like, because we're all mad here.
Yeah. One of these enemies drops a key item, and I don't remember which one, so I'm like taking my time.
It should be it'll be the can facer.
Yeah, it'll be the Stonehead. Yeah.
The last one is from the bandits, which I have seen people run past because there's a load area. We don't have to fight them. They're like,
oh yeah, I have definitely run past those bandits.
It's like, guys, come back. We can't go anywhere without killing them.
Is Scream a song that I've heard, or is it still...
No, it's a wave off.
I also quite like Hickson Leonis. Here be lions, follow me. I've seen people complaining that it's not Here Be Dragons, but Here Be Dragons is actually an anachronism that it was never actually used in the pirate era. It was Here Be Lions. Here Be Dragons is more of a mythologizing of it afterwards. You know what else?
This Star Spear, I have absolutely run past these bandits with the Star Spear.
Yeah. You know what else is anachronism? Accordions were not invented back during the pirate era.
Really?
Really. Oh, looks like LK was explaining the same thing about Here Be Dragons. Okay. I'll take right. You, Minda, you stay middle, and Largo left.
Oh, on my way. Alright, so what am I doing here?
There is a pedal, so turn it on.
in this trip to the Sunken Temple of Karn, it's a mummy.
Yeah.
No minion, but music. Would you like the music, Will?
Nah. I already left.
I can literally trade it to you.
Yeah, fair enough. Nah, hang on to it.
I mean...
You, Halliburton! Oh, Halliburton! I am worthier than you, and when you have fallen from Master Mutamix's good graces, I shall laugh, and laugh, and laugh!
He's standing right there. You don't have to shout. It's like literally 10 feet away from you.
So this is the blood of the king forgotten. Yes, you have done alchemy a great service by finding this, miss. Well, can we not now distill 4 kings' blood into an ink most conductive of ether? No, not yet. This ink is my alchemical masterpiece, and I shall not see its power lessened by something so base as parchment. So while I finish mixing the elements of the ink, you may busy yourself with finding a page of perfect vellum to write upon, and a pinch of perfect pounds to ensure the ink's adhesion. It matters not to me whether you pilfer or purchase them. Make them by reusing pieces of aged goods from the Silver Bazaar for all I care. One way or the other, kindly go away now. A genius is working.
Okay,
Alright, so now it's time for us to level up our crafters.
Yeah, this stage
God,
is...
really?
Yeah, this stage has us go to various merchants around the world and buy from them aged items, which you can then proceed to desynthesize into to have a small chance of getting the material that you can then craft into what he wants.
Can we just buy what he wants?
It requires master level crafting skills.
Can we just buy what he wants on the market board?
Or you can just have a friend who crafted these things like 6 months ago.
Oh,
which
right. Thanks, Milena.
Oh, no.
No. This was me. I crafted this stuff.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Minda.
Brittany's been holding on to it for a while.
Yep. Oh, wait a second. I have to get out my saddlebag first, because apparently I can't trade from the saddlebag.
Yeah.
Okay, saddlebag.
Yeah, like these things. It's like we're going to need 8 of these things across all of these 4 quests. 2 from each thing, and like 1 from each crafting profession. In order to craft these yourselves, you need to be a master level crafter in each of the 8 crafting professions. Or you can just buy on the market board, and these things on the market board usually go for like about 100k a piece.
Wow.
So like this stage can cost you about 1 million gil.
Oof.
Just to buy this stuff. Unless you craft it yourself.
Sounds like a good way to make
I
money.
actually made a profit crafting this stuff because, like Bryn said, like you have to desynthesize stuff to like get the core ingredients for them. And when I did that, I got lucky and got some extra, so I just made some extra and sold those and made like 500,000 gil.
Nice.
Profit just trying to in the process of obtaining the materials I needed to make 3 sets of crafting items for this quest for us.
Nice. Alright, Adkin. Blast. Oh, by which I mean, oh, happy, happy day. You are returned, miss. And no doubt with the vellum and pounds, yes? Perfect vellum, perfect pounds. Yes, exquisite, really. I owe you a debt of gratitude, or something. But really, must you always be so damned quick? My apologies, miss. I simply need more time, confound it. The ink is proving trickier than I anticipated. My best attempts are failures, and I do not like it. But you will help just one last time, yes? What am I saying? Of course you will. Now, I need a bombard core to heat the blood and sacred spring water in which to suspend the distillation. And fluorite sand should bring the ethereal conductivity of the ink to new heights. No doubt you can find the pulverized alloy somewhere in the north. After all, those Ishgardians use it in the building of their castles.
All right, so now we got to do like some actual shopping. So you should have the Bombard cores already because Bryn and I made you buy those.
Yeah.
And then we got to get a spring water from Mordona. So let's do that. Unless we might also have made you purchase those already.
Where is the Bombard core? What does it look like?
It is a bright red crystal ball.
Yeah.
I might have put that in my Chocobo saddlebag. Hang on. Aha! There's my Bombard cores. What are the other things we need?
That's not it. The other thing is a spring water from Arliana.
It'll be under special arms, I think.
Yep, special arms.
I think after this stage we'll call it, because it's about 5.
Yeah, like we'll after we finish this quest, we should be able to do it.
Yeah. Get 4 sacred spring waters.
You're gonna need 3 more of those for each of these next 3 quests we're gonna be doing.
Spring waters, 4 of them, you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the last ingredient we need comes from some random merchant in bumfuck nowhere.
Let's see. Purite sand. Purite sand. That's in Kethis at Whiteburn Front.
Yep. I'm already teleporting us there. 1316. So yeah, we're heading due west. We're specifically looking for the merchant and mender.
We're being told that it's right in Camp Dragonhead.
Maybe there is one there too, but the instructions I get said to go here.
Yeah. Merchant and Mender. Purchase items. Purite sand.
Or 100,000.
How many do we need? 4?
One.
Oh, 1. Cool.
Do not buy 4 of these.
Cool. I've got it.
All right, and now we can head back to the dude.
Black Brush Station.
I believe that actually completes this quest.
It is a little disappointing that the Yokai Watch mounts don't have Yokai Watch music. Oh well.
Yeah, well.
Yes, yes, yes. Victory shall be mine. Soon, so soon, I will complete my long labors and take my rightful place beside Master Mutamix. Miss, you have what I desire, yes? Oh, how wonderful a friend, how true an ally! I will get my quill into our ink, and with trembling fingers draw symbols of power upon the vellum. The completion of your scroll is now at hand. Yes, yes, I need but a few moments. Alone, you may have the scroll, but not the secrets of my craft. They are mine, I tell you, mine!
It's not how science is meant to work!
Done. This contrivance will surely make me Master Mutamix's strong right hand. Ha! Halliburton's day is done, and mine is newly dawned. Yet, well, I suppose it was Halliburton who taught me the theory of sphere scrolls, and the adventurer did work long and hard in service of this. Perhaps I should offer my thanks to the pair. Oh, I do so amuse myself. The very notion that my genius is less than anyone else's is ludicrous. But their contributions shall not be forgotten when I become Master Mutamix's right hand. Well, miss, here it is. Eorzea's first Zodiac Scroll. Take it, with my wish that it serves in your pursuit of the perfect weapon. Ha 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 ha! So, does he say all this stuff the next time you do a different weapon with him?
Probably.
Sure.
Da, 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 da.
So yeah, basically we have to do that 3 more times. There are 3 more quests like this, and each of them has the same formula. 4 level 50 dungeons, 2 crafted items, and then 1 random assortment of knickknacks, including a bombard core and a sacred spring water.
Okay, well, we can definitely knock that out next time then.
Yeah, easily enough. What is the...
Actually, what we can do before, well, you have like a minute before your stream starts, but like we could buy like the last 3 random knickknacks that are just from merchants.
Yeah, we'll do that next time.
Yeah. Well, we'll do that before we even do the quest, because that'll save us a little bit of running around.
Yeah. All right, well, this was a productive stream.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what we're going to end for today.
And then the next stage after this is the final stage, and it is basically a light grind, but it'll be much faster than the last one.
Okay. Cool. So, yeah, we'll probably knock out the rest of the Relic grinds next week.
Okay.
All right, well,
and
that's...
then probably MSQ after that, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, that's where we're going to end for today. So I'll read my schedule and get off. Before I do, I would like to plug my Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/LoreweaverStreams. The link's in the description of the YouTube video and can be found with the ! Patreon command in Twitch chat. I make my living off of Patreon. It's my sole source of income. And I make enough to pay my rent and my bills, but I'm mostly just scraping by beyond that. And I'd really like some more stability, some savings for medical emergencies, for if I need to replace stuff, even just a little bit of money to spend on $10 takeout once in a while. And I haven't really had that for a very long time. So if you could go to my Patreon and pledge $1 a month or $1 per stream or anything in between, and any of it helps. A lot of it helps. I had somebody pledge $1 per stream a couple months ago, and it's really increased my income a noticeable amount. So thank you to that person. And never underestimate how much your pledge will help me. And I really am grateful, because if it weren't for you guys, I would still be a telemarketer or a burger flipper or some other equally horrible soul-sucking job that I've done in the past and hated. So, thank you. I'd also like to plug my YouTube channel, at Loreweaver on YouTube. You can also get the direct link with the ! YT command in Twitch chat. I upload all my streams to YouTube. Everything from the last 8 years is up there. The whole Final Fantasy XIV playthrough is up there. A wide variety of different games are up there. I'm sure you'll find something you like. So go watch something. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I stream live on Twitch almost every day at 1 p.m. EST at twitch.tv/Loreweaver15. The link's also in the description of the YouTube video. Come hang out and chat while I'm live. It's a good time talking to people while I play games. I love it. And I hope to see you here. Finally, the schedule. Tomorrow, I'll be playing The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 2nd chapter for a patron. Monday will be Wolfenstein The New Order for a patron. Tuesday, I'll be continuing Ogre Battle 64 for a patron. Wednesday will be Crosscode for a patron. Thursday, I don't have anything planned. I'll probably be doing a podcast recording with Teddy and Love, so probably no stream that day. Friday will be Yakuza 0 for a patron. And then next Saturday will be Final Fantasy XIV as usual. So that's what's coming up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time.
Bye.
Jeff now.